Alright, who's meowing this time? Andrea? Hunter? Well, I guess I better begin then. Welcome back to... Yep, knew that was coming. Welcome back to Fallout New Orre. I am your evil mastermind DM Bucky, and these are my beautiful players, who I love very much. You scared Arthur with your meow. Did you... Anyway, so last session, because we missed last week. Last session was uneventful in terms of actual actions happening, but it was actually a pretty big session. I was pretty excited for it because the party basically, after some shipping moments, I suppose, after much shipping, all the ship.
So much shipping.
Yes. The party gathered together and started making plans for what to do next now that all the factions are starting to move. So, after some heated discussion, the the party came to the conclusion that the best course of action, at least for right now, unless they get new information, what have you, the best course of action for right now is for them to go check out the area near Orre Colosseum for Team Storm activity, loop around to Agate Village to check out the Kindred, see if they can find out anything, and then head back to Phenac City. While they were hoping that Jake, Cain, and maybe Issa could head up to Gateon Port and see if they could get Moz and come back. So that's basically the plan as they came up with it. And then Jake was basically like, y'all seem a little tense, let's eat some pancakes, and we ended the session there.
Does it cause pancakes?
Yes. So feel free to resume at will. Jake is basically leading you guys back to the HL house to begin the pancake planning party.
Okay.
So I'm guessing you all head inside.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And as always, since it is a very busy house with many people and Pokemon in it, the Pokemon have resumed chasing each other around everywhere. Peep, the Fletchender, is flying around in circles up by the ceiling, while all the other Pokemon of the family are on the floor running around in circles chasing Peep, in spite of the fact that they cannot catch him.
Eggsy has come back with a very large bump on his head. The rock-breaking session did not necessarily go as planned for him.
Anyway, and Tad is there with him, also with a large bump. And Tad waddles up, and he goes, "That was so fucking metal, Eggsy!"
Yeah. Oh, my head hurts. Flop.
I feel fine.
I think it's because your head was built for this. My head was not built for this.
We should bring Plo with us next time.
I don't know. And Cadis is just looking over at Tad, shaking her head.
I just kind of imagine Cadis like wrapping her paw around Plo and pulling him close. Like, no.
She's just wrapping her tails around Plo.
Plo is all tangled up and trying to wiggle out.
Yes.
Alright, so Jake heads into the kitchen and starts to cook up some pancakes. Do you guys do anything?
Pancake party.
Besides chant pancake party.
Layla is going to go talk to her mothers off screen.
Alright, Would you like to PM me or just give the gist or?
She's just checking that they're okay with the newly amended plan.
Okay. Yeah, they're, obviously a bit nervous because there's so damn much going on, and also because Team Storm is actually on the mainland now and settling down there. But they realize that, this is something that has to be done and something that you're very passionate about, so they're accepting the new plan.
Cool.
While this is all
Layla-
going on, oh, sorry, you go.
Leilani is actually going to go outside and try to find Kali.
Kali is sitting up on the roof and looking down at you.
Kalima. Sorry.
Leilani
Every time, I
smiles.
can't help it.
Leilani smiles softly and says, "Hey, girl. Want me to bring some pancakes out to you?"
She looks left, looks right, peers down at you, lowers her head as close as she can, and quietly says, "Yes, please."
Leilani nods. "I'll do it on the sly." And Iolana can be very stealthy when she wants to. "Oh yeah, I'm the pinnacle of stealth and rectitude."
Kali hisses slightly at Iolana, moves up higher on the house, and hides from view.
Wait. Don't go just yet.
Mm.
There is something I want to talk to you about.
She kind of flies up just a little bit, but it's just to get down to the ground, so she's standing in front of you now.
Leilani sighs and says, "Well, did you hear the thing?"
Not entirely.
"Well, it's becoming a very dangerous and scary world, and things are going to be changing in New Orre very quickly, and if my friends are correct, then there may well be a war coming."
I've been preparing my whole life for war. I'll be fine.
Well, it's that, basically. I wanted you to know about it, so you'd be able to act however you feel is best. And I wanted to ask you if you would be willing to help us.
If I was made for warfare, I have no other real purpose. I'll do whatever's
Yes, you
needed.
do. You could fly away and do literally anything else. And Iolana says, "I was made to be stuffed in a furnace."
Kali looks a bit surprised for a moment, then she shakes her head and she goes, "Right, I forget sometimes. It's easy to forget after you've lived so long."
Yeah, it is. But I made the decision that, I've lived this long, I'd like to continue living. But,
Andrea.
and
You
so
alright, Andrea?
you can make a decision too. It's just that because Leilani's a total candy ass, he's asking you if you'd like to help us when we're going to go be complete dumbasses and try to recruit the help of a bunch of legendaries and Vions and shit to protect this little hole of sand and crap that we call home.
And she looks a bit at a loss.
"It's your decision," says Leilani.
I will. I will. And then she flaps her wings and moves back up on the roof.
"All right, I'll bring your pancakes out soon."
Shh.
I mean, I'll bring something out soon.
She nods firmly and then hides higher up on the roof.
And Leilani is going to go in and get some pancakes.
When you bring them out, she eats them happily.
Mm-hmm. Ayalana's eating her own pile of pancakes, and if anyone reaches towards them, she flips them off.
Alright, anyone else?
I was just gonna say, while Layla was having the conversation with her moms, Spark was just kind of off to where she can kind of see by the corner of their eye, and just every once in a while looks up with a kind of worried look.
Dally. Cain is gonna come over to Spark and sit down with some pancakes.
Oh, hey, Cain.
Hey,
Hi.
get out.
Fuck you, Hunter. It's not Thursday.
It is not Thursday, you son of a... Anyways, Tad waddles up with a huge lump on his head and stares up at Spark.
Oh, Tad, what happened? Wait, where's Eggsy?
He points over at Eggsy.
Oh, Eggsy, what did you do?
We were training.
A lot.
We were breaking rocks.
Eggsy, you
Exactly.
don't know Rock Smash!
How did you think that was going to go?
I don't know what Eggsy's so upset about. I feel fine.
Well, I'm sure there's nothing in there worth hurting.
Hey!
Spark, after much consideration, I have come to the conclusion that I do not, in fact, know Rock Smash. Good.
Eggsy just kind of waddles over the big boom, 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 over to Spark, and is just kind of places his head into her lap and just kind of looks up with the puppy dog eyes.
Good.
There. She just kind of rubs his nose.
There, dumbass.
Cain kind of fidgets awkwardly, looking at Tad, and he's just like, so, hey, Jake, yeah, when you're done with the pancakes, I won't be done for a while. Yeah, I know, but could you come talk to Spark with me? Okay. Oh, okay, yeah, sure.
This is probably
And
going to take
after-
a while.
And after a few seconds, he comes out with a batch and he sets it on the table and he goes, "This isn't all of them, but what's up?" And Cain goes, "Well, first of all, before we talk about more personal things, so guys, Cain and I were talking to Madge and Dusty, and we were thinking about opening up a daycare."
That's a great idea.
And
Ooh, that does sound really good.
there's an old building that Lisa is planning on letting us use because she thinks that there's good demand for it and that it'll do a lot of good things for our town. So yeah. And like I said, we'll, be working on it together with Madge and Dusty.
I know a bunch of Pokemon that could help, but and of course you can talk to Rachel and Leilani snaps his fingers and says, and Momi's very smart. She could definitely help. And then after a moment, Capono steps forward and says, "I could help if need be." Oh no, are you sure? And he smiles and says, yeah. I was like, yes, that if Momi's working there, that's going to happen. And Capono smiles and says, yeah. Because I can tell you're going to want to be traveling with Kali. And Leilani and Capono hug each other.
Oh. My heart.
You're always welcome on our team. Well, duh.
Cain nods and he goes, so yeah, that's what I was getting to is, I know that having a lot of Pokemon with you, I know it can help sometimes, but other times it can be a bit overwhelming. So we were going to ask if you guys wanted to, leave any of your buddies where it's safe. We'll take care of them and we'll raise them and we'll help them train.
This is great. I was already planning on leaving a few of them with Layla if she was going to stay here. You know, because of stuff. So, yeah, this is great. And you guys can help look after Steve. He just glances over to Steve, just check up on him.
Steve
guys.
has somehow made it up onto the counter in the kitchen and is trying to dangle his non-existent tail in the sink.
Lucky we
You
have
might
been
have some trouble with that, buddy.
This call has been over 25 minutes. I want my soul at least somewhat intact.
Steve, no. Steve is attempting to go fishing in the sink.
Spark just kind of gets up and runs over and just kind of picks him up and was like, "Baby, this is not gonna work. Just let's come over here and have pancakes."
There are just so many things wrong with what you're trying to do right now.
I love that you're not helping.
No, I'm not.
Steve looks up at you with his beautiful blank eyes, and he says, "Slow."
Is that what he actually saying?
Yeah.
What, is that the speed at which your tail's gonna grow back?
Poke.
Spark just smiles, pats his head, and brings him over to the table and gives him a pancake.
He sits there for a moment and continues sitting there and does nothing.
He'll notice it eventually.
Oh, hey, French toast.
Just when I take a bite of a banana. Oh god, I did not see that.
Oh, really?
Did you see that picture I sent
It's
you earlier?
okay, you guys all still have banana names on my Skype.
Okay, did you see the picture I sent you earlier?
Yeah, I got it. So yeah, Steve is sitting there, not eating, doing nothing. And Jake goes, so can I go finish making pancakes or? And Cain fidgets a bit and he goes, well, I mean, and then Jake's just like, oh, right. Great.
Spark is slowly starting to match the color of her hair.
Yep, that'll happen.
It's more of a trying. It's more of a line.
Hang on, I'm trying to picture what this
Because there's Leilani and Jake, Cain, Spark, Layla. It's a line. Because it doesn't connect. It is a line. Unless we somehow... No, that wouldn't work either.
Whose line is it anyway? Not a lot of people's, apparently.
Oh,
anyways. So, yeah, Cain said, well, I just wanted to say, I, still gotta think about everything, but, living here with Jake, I, kind of know how you feel.
Really?
Yeah, it's rough because, how it was back home.
Yeah, it's been a lot.
But I know how you feel, and I think I can give it a try.
Okay. I mean, that's all I can ask.
I mean, like, I think it's okay. It's just, there's that little voice in my head saying that, and he starts sweating a little bit, and
kind of reaches out for his hand.
And he goes, that if I ever got back home, they'd execute me, and
this way we'd all be executed, Cain. We left. It wouldn't even just be for this. That's the thing. We can do what we want, and I'm gonna do everything in my power to make sure that we don't go back.
I know it doesn't make any sense, but
the fear's still there, huh?
Yeah. Spark just sits there and has flashbacks for a moment.
Issa is off in a corner mumbling to herself.
By the way, eventually, Layla has stopped talking to her mothers and is now hanging out with Gwen, Ariel, and I'm gonna say friends probably with them as well, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Friend probably hasn't left Gwen's side at this point. And, Hodge...
And vice versa. And vice versa.
Yeah, definitely. And Hodge and Milo have wrangled Mikey away from Bonsai, and they are coming over, and they seem to be in very deep conversation with Layla, all three of them.
Oh.
Oh, great, Hodge.
I know what this conversation is.
Concerned or intrigued?
Both. Why not both?
Porque no las dos?
Da, 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 da. All right. Anyways. So, yeah, I know what conversation's happening. You can freely do that, Dally, no problem.
Cool.
And anyone near Issa can basically hear her muttering that, "God fucking damn it, Jury!"
Did Jury poke the
Wow.
DM?
That's oddly specific for
Jury
what you're
poked
saying.
the DM so hard that it broke through the fourth wall and came out of Issa's mouth.
That is not what Issa said.
I think Andrea's zogging.
Is she?
She said she seemed to have frozen.
Oh yeah.
And then said something about it, and then I think she's not here anymore. So yeah.
Well, that's just kind of creepy then. Hello, frozen webcam image of Andrea.
What Issa actually says, for those who can hear her, I'll let you decide if you want to hear this or not, is she's basically mumbling, can't find out, they can't know.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
You alright, Dally?
No, I mean, Issa's saying they can't find out, they can't know. She seems distressed.
Well, she's just listening in on what Kane and Spark are talking about, and she's having flashbacks too.
Layla is actually going to approach, holding Mikey with Hodge and Milo at her feet.
Is Mikey asleep?
Mikey is dozing, but kind of he's not entirely asleep. He's just kind of sleepy.
Oh.
Issa,
Yes?
are you okay?
No?
Is there anything I can do?
I don't know. I just if they find out, like, Spark and Kane are talking about if they find out about the people they love, then that would be bad. But if it's the same for me too, except if they find out that I have autism spectrum disorder, then they would hurt me too. And I just thought of that again because of the way they were talking, and it scares me.
Yeah, that is pretty scary, but you know that they're saying as well, even though it is scary and it is hard to not be scared anymore, it uh that you're not there now.
Hmm.
So even if they do find out, you're beyond their reach. They can't hurt you.
Andrea's back.
Hello.
Hi,
I missed
Andrea.
all of that. Oh, don't tell me I zarged the fucking again.
Hi.
Hi,
Yeah,
Andrea.
I mean, you're here now. Andrea, are you with us? Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Maybe she has spotty internet at Arthur's.
Yeah, maybe.
Are they on a campus or this place?
I think
Campus.
campus.
Oh, yeah. Quite a possibility.
Yeah.
Guys?
Hi.
Yeah.
Andrea?
Okay. Is there two of me in the call?
No,
Or
I
am
think there's only one of you.
Is it the frozen screen?
Yeah. Oh, right. You've got your
Whoa.
echo.
What's
Echo.
going on? Oh, hang on. But
It seems to be your icon now, not your webcam.
that's weird. Okay.
Hmm.
I'll be back in a few minutes. I'm gonna see if I can fix my internet connection. I don't know what the hell's going on.
That's
I'll be back
sensible.
in a second.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry
you
you have to
take-
deal with it.
Yeah, you take care of yourself. But yeah, Issa. Issa's just kind of sitting there in silence for a couple seconds.
And you know we'll do everything we can to keep you safe from them.
But
Whoa. Whoa, whoa,
Ooh,
whoa,
ooh,
whoa.
ooh.
What's that?
I'm
I
not
don't
sure.
know.
Someone was up against their mic.
I was messing a bit with the cord. That might have been it.
Mm-hmm.
Huh, that's weird. Anyways, sorry about that. Issa, goes, but they're they still have a lot of stuff that they could use.
Yeah, I know. But I think you're safer out here with us than you would be in there with them. So I can't promise that it's going to be completely safe, but safer than it would have been.
Okay.
And speaking of, well, so you've only got one Pokemon, and that's fine. Bonsai is awesome, But
Yeah, she is.
well, see, um, Hodge and Milo and Mikey and I were talking, and Hodge and Milo kind of noticed that Mikey likes spending time with you and Bonsai quite a lot, and I talked to them and to Mikey, and Mikey kind of thinks it would be nice, um, if you wanted, um, if you'd like to be Mikey's trainer. He says he'd like to be a
Oh,
grass type when he grows up.
oh, okay.
Mikey blinks happily and waggles out his paws for a hug from Issa.
She reaches up and takes him and holds him close to her.
He curls up in her arms and goes straight to sleep.
Oh, baby.
He may need
And
a bit
she
of training and help staying awake.
and she keeps petting him, and she's just very focused on that.
He enjoys being pet. He is warm and soft.
Good. Yes, that's why she likes petting him. And basically after getting Mikey, she just sits there holding him and petting him and doesn't say anything else.
Layla is going to leave her be for now and go back over to Gwen and Ariel, but she is going to keep an eye on her and make sure she's okay. And also when she goes and sits down with her... Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, Cain kind of breaks out of his, what he's dealing with right now, sees this happen, and when Layla starts to walk away, Cain tells Spark, just excuse me a sec, and he gets up and runs over to Layla, and he goes, hey, I've known Issa for a long time, and she doesn't always remember to say it, but to say thank you,
Oh,
but I know that she's very grateful.
thanks, Cain.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure you knew that.
Thank you. I hadn't even really thought about it. It's just good to see her kind of calm. Mikey likes keeping kids calm. Not that Ace is a kid, but he was really good with the refugee kids back in Gateon Port. He liked just kind of being still and letting them pet him and just being a soothing presence. So I kind of just like seeing Issa being calm, you know?
Yeah.
I think she needs that
So
sometimes.
yeah, she gets overwhelmed sometimes.
I hope Mikey can help with that.
Yeah, I think he is.
At Layla's feet, Milo is pawing at her legs, clearly wanting to be picked up and pet also. So she scoops him up in
Oh
her
no.
arms.
And King goes, well, we were just talking, so I am gonna get back to that, okay?
Oh yeah, good luck. Have a good something. Okay. And
Yeah,
she...
I just wanted to make sure, because I noticed that she forgot, so.
That's okay. Thank you.
Mhm. And
Layla...
he runs back over and sits down.
Yeah, Layla goes back and goes to sit with Gwen and Ariel and Friend and lets Milo snuggle up on her lap and pets him and goes, "Yes, you're very soft and pettable too, Milo."
Um,
Hello, Andrea.
Hi, Andrea.
Moo.
The main thing you missed was Mikey decided to go with Issa.
And he decided she would be his trainer.
What? This fucking computer making this bad.
It's okay. It's
Um,
recorded.
Yeah, go back.
Cain noticed this happen and ran over to Layla to make sure that it was clear that Issa's grateful, because Issa was focused on Mikey and forgot to thank Layla. So Cain's just like, yeah, want to make sure. Anyways, um, So, Cain hurries back over and sits with Spark, and he goes, "So yeah, that's basically what I wanted to talk to you about.
Okay.
Uh,
Spark
so
is
yeah,
shaking off. Spark this entire time has been having flashbacks to, in reality, maybe a week. Actual time, it's been almost 5 months. So yeah, she's having flashbacks to that, and it's like,
She,
oh yeah, she hasn't told Kate about it yet.
she just has the nom stare.
Yeah, because she hasn't told Kane about that yet.
um, s-
Oh, right.
Spark,
Yeah. What is it?
are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
You don't look fine. Is there anything you want to talk about?
Hey, I've had a run-in with Dad.
Huh?
I may have had a run-in with my dad.
Oh,
Good old Pop.
oh God. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. They were able to help me. But yeah, ran into a spy and pyrite that was spying on Jake's dad's house. And, I ran after her. She hit me with a tranquilizer, and I was held in a cell for about a couple hours.
Wow. Um. Well, I'm just glad that you got out and that they got you out. Thank you guys.
Yeah.
Of course we did. Why wouldn't we?
And he just looks bothered, and he just goes, I wish I could have been there for you.
I know, but none of us expected it. Last thing I was expecting for him to be there out of everybody.
I guess so. Jake is just kind of standing there awkwardly, and he goes, "I'm gonna go make more pancakes," and he runs off.
Yeah. She just kind of grabs a pancake and shoves it in her mouth.
Oh God, the whole thing.
Like it's like she kind of like ended up crunching it up and like half sticking in her mouth, half of it sticking out. She's just like,
Oh my God.
she is a little shaky, and just kind of starts. She does rub her wrists a little bit.
Cain tries to hold your hand.
She squeezes it.
All right. Well, unless anyone else has anything to say or do, basically, goes on with Jake still distributing pancakes to everyone in the house. Peep stealing one and flying off. All the Pokemon chasing after him.
No one else has anything.
I don't think so.
At some point, Eggsy gets up and goes and waddles over to Sarah.
Oh no.
What is Sarah doing? Sarah is talking to Quinn. Knowing like she's just really like staring at him, and like making small gestures. He's leaning up against a wall, arms crossed as he usually is.
Eggsy just kind of sits there.
Isn't Eggsy taller than Sarah now?
Yep.
Yes.
Damn it. After a while, Sarah appears to lightly slap him, and then turn around and see Eggsy.
Hey.
Pat, pat, pat.
Ow. Ow. Ow.
Because the bump.
I didn't think about that. She's, oh god, she's gonna very gently put a finger on the bump.
I love
She's
I
gonna
love Dally's
stop.
comment in the chat. So, do you know Rock Smash?
She's gonna stop. Sigh heavily. Gently kiss him on the bump and then walk away.
He just kind of sits there for a moment, and then falls backwards.
Wait, before he
Possibly hitting his head again on something.
Yes.
can before he walks backwards, can we say that Tad sees this, walks up to him, seeing him perfectly still, and then lightly nudges him, and then he falls?
Yes.
Bop.
Ow.
And then Tad throws his arms up in the air victoriously.
Sarah uses attract. It's super effective. No. What is the actual kiss move?
Sweet
There's
kiss.
sweet kiss,
Sweet kiss.
lovely kiss, draining kiss.
There's a number of them.
There's a
Yeah.
lot of kiss moves.
Oddly enough, very few known by the dominatrix Pokemon.
That's
Just
less
dumb.
about kissing.
Yeah.
More about stomping.
Depends.
That's literally the move she learns to evolve.
Oh, really?
Yes!
I did not know that.
Why do you think I call her the dominatrix Pokemon?
I haven't been playing Moon
That
for a
is
while.
not an idle phrase.
Oof. Okay.
She evolved into Sarina by learning Stomp.
Wow. That is. Someone had to have known that was going to be a thing.
Excuse you.
Yeah, I'm sure it was intentional. Anyway,
I mean, look at how she looks. Of
honestly,
course it was
But
on
yeah.
purpose.
so, is there anything? Oh my God, Dally. Is there anything anyone else wants to do for the day? Because,
Well, Leilani is going to talk to Rachel about keeping an eye on Issa, since he thinks they might at least have stuff to talk about.
Rachel looks a bit surprised, and she nods.
Issa's
and
a
she
good
goes,
person. And she's
Yeah,
a grass
I
type
figured.
trainer and a biologist and stuff.
Oh, I guess she could be some great help then, huh?
And also, Leilani is going to talk to his family and say, this is something we wanted to do, but we might not get the chance. So if you guys ever have the time and the ability, maybe you could go back to the old vault and see if you can pick up some of the medical supplies that are still left there.
Your mother nods.
Leilani remembers the vault mission.
And Kaimana says, "You mean like testosterone for this kid?" Smacking Ano on the back.
What? You know about that already?
Anno looks a bit sheepish, and he goes, I like she wouldn't stop talking about how tiny I am and how light my voice is, so I just told her.
Kaibali, you asshole!
She shrugs. Anno continues looking sheepish and embarrassed.
Learn some tact! This is coming from me!
Oh my god.
Learn some tact!
Yes, she does, Andrea.
Leilani just lets out a frustrated "Ah!" and leaves.
Anno runs out after you, and he's just like, is there, um, uh.
I'm
he
not
looks
mad
back,
at you, what's up?
and he's just like, no, it's just, trying to figure out where my mom and I can stay that's not there.
That's fair, that's reasonable. Maybe the Colosseum. That's where a
Oh,
lot of refugees stay.
oh, I guess so. Okay. Uh, I'll talk to mom, and we'll figure something out.
I am so sorry you had to deal with her.
It's fine. It's just, you know, and he kind of shrinks a bit and scratches the back of his head, and he goes, it just kind of got my dysphoria acting up a bit, and normally I'd be able to deal with it, but there's just a lot going on, and so I can only handle so much at once.
I think I understand. When I'm having a bad day, I don't want to deal with my sister either.
Okay. Thanks for understanding.
No, she's terrible. Just, I'm perfectly fine with you wanting to be anywhere else.
uh, you're a good guy, cousin.
Thank you. And Leilani actually seems very touched by this. And he does the Alola thing before walking away.
Ano grins and does the Alola greeting back, or well, goodbye, because it's both.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, "We really got to get you home sometime, cousin."
I don't think I've ever been home.
Well, I mean, back at Alola.
It sounds like an amazing place.
Andrea, calm down. It really is. Where is Sven? And like, if you, he looks around and then he like locks his eyes in the direction of the HL house, and he goes, "Sven, what are you doing?" And if you look, you see the Ice Ninetales looking longingly into the window of the HL house. And he looks back at Ano, sheepishly gets down, and sulks back over to Ano.
He wants to go see his crush.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Also, tangential, Artie has a hedgehog. Oh, okay. A non-living hedgehog.
Yeah, I was confused for a moment too, Eli.
His name is Jimby. I like it.
And the Ninetales.
I'm just glad to have a hedgehog not named Sonic or Amy.
What about Shadow?
Oh God, no.
All right. So Sven the Nine Tails comes over and sits down sulkily next to Anno. And he laughs a bit, Anno does. And he goes, "Anyway, I'll let you get going."
All right, you take care of yourself, and if you ever get the chance, please feel free to punch Kaimana.
She's a little scary for that.
That's fair. That's fair. That's very fair. And if you ever do it, don't do it when she's drunk.
Oh. Yeah, that's fair too. Alright, well, I'm gonna go talk to my mom, so...
All right, take good care of yourself, and Leilani leaves.
Back at the house, like when the pancakes are done, the being cooked and distributed and everything. Let's see. Cain and Jake kind of get together and they talk for a moment, and then they approach the party, or whatever party members are around, and they go, "So, well, Cain says that, and then Jake pipes up and he goes, Do you guys still want us to head up to the port?"
Sparky is looking around at the others.
I would like to take this moment to point out, by the way, that Sprig is still sitting on Spark's head.
Good.
This whole time?
This whole time.
I'm
Like,
not
I think
sure.
when Spark was having personal conversations with with Jake and Cain, she tactfully put her hands over her ears and fluttered up into the air and pretended not to be noticing. Just softly reeing to herself. But as soon as she could tell that was over, she went and sat on Spark's head again.
I can see every once in a while looks over at Sprig with a very jealous look. Like, I wish I could still do that.
Oh,
in which
poor
case she will
Eggsy.
go and sit on Eggsy's head, being very careful of his bump.
She just sits around the bump.
She sits around the bump and occasionally soothes the bump as best she can.
Oh, baby.
Do I have to make you a cotton helmet?
I'm not gonna do it again.
It might help.
Yeah, but I don't know what you'll do next.
Anyway, since I'm temporarily looking after Spark for Layla, that means that you're temporarily like my big brother, so I'm gonna look after you too.
Awesome!
Aww.
I have another little sister.
Sprig makes a happy face.
I just imagine Cadis running and hiding.
No,
It's like the little stepsister.
Cadis is still carrying Plo within her tails.
I don't need steps anymore, Ayalana. I can fly. Flap, flap.
Oh my god.
Not that... Whatever.
If anything, maybe half sibling if things go the way I think they're going.
Sprig
But
thinks about this for a second, then giggles.
that's why I called you Step.
Why not half?
Because you don't have the same secondary parent.
Well, technically, we both just have one.
Well, yeah, but a step sibling is when, A and B get married along with A's kid and B's kid. A half sibling is when A and B have a kid, then B fucks off, so A gets married to C, and A and B's kid, A has a kid with C, so then A and B and A and C are step siblings.
I imagine Eggsy going, ow, again.
Sprig is just looking at Ayalana and going, "These people have very unimaginative names."
I'm just gonna go with half.
They have unimaginative names because they don't exist.
Well, that's a shame for them.
And then when we get to another town, it's like, so what's your name? Oh, I'm Jonathan A.
Honestly,
This is
sometimes
my cousin,
I'm
Jonathan B.
when she says, well, that's a shame for them, Ayalana just sighs and says, sometimes I'm jealous of them.
Flo is just poking his head out from Cade's tail and just goes, "Why?
No.
Because the world is terribly offensive to me.
Why?
Because I'm a misanthropic bitch.
Also, she's offensive back.
Bitch."
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Ayalana, no, you did it again. Stop teaching the baby bad words.
Bitch, 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 bitch.
Ayalana!
Ayalana just smirks and says, maybe the world's not all bad.
Cadis just shoots Ayalana the meanest glare, which is intensified because, skull,
Yeah.
and then just waddles off to go and talk to Plo. Like, words you should not say.
Why?
The 7 list.
Just starts repeating them.
Like, he repeats them to remind himself, but he repeats them in the presence of other people.
Good.
Anyway,
Cocksucker, motherfucker, and tits.
Anyways, Nahele quietly sneaks up to Ayalana, spreads his wings, and goes, woo!
Ayalana makes a big show of being terrified.
Nahele looks very pleased.
Sarah will roll her eyes.
Oh, like it's any different from what you do.
Nahele sees this, wanders over to Sarah, spreads his wings, and goes, woo!
As the wings spread out, Sarah winks at Ayalana, and when it goes, woo, she jumps back, big frightened face, and literally like phases through the wall.
Nahele looks very startled, and then
Oh
very...
my god, Nahele, you killed her!
Is that in character?
Yes.
Nahele goes sheet white, runs over to the wall, starts frantically patting it.
Oh no, baby.
Sarah's face is just gonna appear from like boo, and at
Nahele yelps and runs away.
Oh shit, it's her ghost! You're gonna have to go on the lam!
Ooh, she's gonna start floating after him.
Nahele starts crying.
Oh my gosh, you guys!
Okay,
Don't be so
Sarah's gonna
mean to the
stop.
babies.
Aw, I'm not being mean. Ayalana just gently hugs him.
Yeah, he runs over to Ayalana and buries his face into her.
Ayalana hugs him and says, nah, don't worry, she was dead already. On the inside, at least.
She makes a little.
Milo
She makes a little
pops up and goes, "Oh hey, like you."
She gives
Yeah!
you the hand look ever. Makes a little like heart symbol with her hands, and it like cracks open, and then she like traces a tear coming down from her eye, but she's doing it with her middle finger.
Ayalana just purses her lips and does the same with her middle finger.
Meanwhile, Milo is coaching Nahele on proper haunting technique and saying that he did very well.
Meanwhile, Ayalana is just cradling him and saying, don't worry, we're just a couple of bitches.
And whatever you do, don't listen to Milo.
Or Hodge.
Or Hodge.
Yeah, and also, don't listen to Milo or Hodge or they're both just such morons.
No, you should
seriously.
totally listen to us. We're awesome.
No, you really no, God, no.
He already is listening to me. He took my advice about going woo to practice for being a ghost type when he grows up.
Didn't he get that idea on his own?
No, he did not.
No, he got it from Milo.
Yeah, he did.
Upon realizing that, Iolana just seems very sad.
Oh no.
When will you learn that my ideas are actually really good?
Never. As a sign that I helped to make says, no Hodges allowed.
That's discriminatory against Hodges.
Yes, it is.
As an honorary
correct.
Hodge, I am offended.
It's an honorary Hodge.
As an actual Iolana, I am offensive.
Yeah, that's true. We can agree on that. Okay, Nahili, you keep up the good work with the haunting. You were doing really well, and I think Sarah was actually genuinely scared because I could see that she was. And I am going to go and look after my trainer because she is a bit sad now. And he goes.
Sarah has walked over to Eggsy and is now laying on Eggsy's back like she would lean against the wall.
No.
Sprig's still on Eggsy's head. Looks down. Oh, hi, Sarah.
Valuable real estate, isn't it?
She just blows in his general direction, doesn't even open her eyes.
She
I
looks.
think that's like her version of a greeting.
She looks from Eggsy to Sarah and back and goes, just very, very slowly lifts off, like flap, 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 and goes and sits on Spark again. I'll give you guys some space.
I missed all that because I zarred.
I thought you were a bit
Oh,
quiet.
I know the feel.
Yeah, that seemed a little odd for Eggsy not to do anything.
Sarah is leaning against Eggsy. Sprig has given them some space.
Disembodied hand putting it back. No, Sarah's like laying on his back like she would like the wall or I don't know, a layback chair.
Eggsy is sitting perfectly still.
Ankles crossed, hands behind head.
If I don't move,
Perfectly
maybe she'll stay here forever.
Still. Exactly. That is his logic.
Good.
He's doing
Do
something.
not frighten her away.
Like Nahele did.
Yes.
Ooh. I would like to say, for the record, that there were totally Nahali's and Lindisfarne when Dave and I went there last weekend, or Monday, or whenever it was, because
They were going.
I could hear birds going woo, and because we were on Lindisfarne, we were on an island, so it was a woo island.
Woo Island.
Nahele's from a woo island too.
Yes.
Woo.
Woo island. Woo island.
Woo.
Woo!
Woo. Okay. So anything else happen?
I don't think so.
Okay. So do you guys have more planning, or do you settle down for tonight? Oh wait, hold on. I forgot. Jake was asking if before we got distracted.
Oh my god,
by
yeah, we
Pokemon
did. Yeah, Jake wants to know if they still. Sorry.
He also wanted to go to Gateon Port with
Yes.
Cain.
If Leilani's there to hear this, he'll be thoughtful and say, that would put a crimp in the whole daycare thing, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but I mean, we were gonna help Madge and Dusty, but I suppose they could get it started and then we'll come back.
Yes, but seems a shame to take you guys away from something you helped start.
I mean,
It's totally not
they
just
exchange a glance and then Jake kind of fidgets a bit
Oh,
and then
oh, well, actually, Layla kind of looked like she had an idea, but what was Jake gonna say? Or Kane?
and well, Jake says, if war breaks out in the wasteland and a bunch of people are hurt or killed or Phenac City is taken over, there's not going to be a daycare left to run. So
That's true.
It's true.
Layla has
if
by
this
this
is what
point gravitated over to the others.
if this is what we got to do to help and to protect our home, then we'll do it. We can step away for just a little bit and come back.
I was,
And Cain nods in agreement.
I mean, I was thinking maybe we could ask Anu or maybe even Anuhea if they wanted to help, because they seem pretty good with Pokemon.
That actually might be a good idea because they could use somewhere else to stay.
That's a point, actually. It, so, Kane, Jake, when Lisa said that
Yeah,
you guys could have that old house for the daycare, does that have space for you guys to live there too?
yeah.
Okay. How much room has it got?
I mean enough room
Because
for
Ano and Anuhea really need to be somewhere that Kaimana isn't.
Jake fidgets and he's like, yeah, she's kind of scary.
Yes, she is. She is. I don't think she's the worst person ever, but she is the worst person ever.
Well, I mean, heck, Jake and Kane, like, even if there was just space for you two, I mean, that would free up some room here, and maybe Mom and Mama would be okay with Anu and Anuhea staying here until they got something more permanent figured.
Maybe we'll
I
figure
was
something out.
But what I'm
worst comes to worst, they could stay in the dome.
Yeah, but I'm not really happy about how many people are. I mean, what am I trying to say? I'm definitely okay with people staying in the dome, like, in that they have somewhere to stay, but it's really not the best place. I mean,
Yeah,
if we
that's
had
what
more
I thought
resources
too.
as a town, we could look after people better, but it's kind of messed up that we can't yet. But hopefully we'll get there. Anyway, kind of what I was. All that aside, you guys going to Gateon Port, that would that be okay though? I mean, putting aside the daycare and stuff, it would be dangerous. And Jake, you've been hurt by, well, both of you have been hurt by the Ascendants before. And I feel like, I don't know, is it fair to ask you to go when you're both still kind of recovering from that?
Jake shrugs and he goes, I'm okay. And like I was just saying before, if they if war breaks out and everything, then we're gonna get hurt anyways. So we might as well do something useful and look, it's doing something useful and risk getting hurt, or
So
just sit
you
around and
risk
maybe
getting hurt
definitely get hurt.
anyway. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, as long as you feel okay with that. I never want to just assume that everyone's okay with going out and getting in danger.
I appreciate that. And
Oh,
Kane nods
and
in agreement.
I've talked to my family, and Kaimana, at the very least, shockingly, is willing to go and try to get some of the medicine from our from the old vault.
Hmm. Hey, I mean, if they find anything else useful there, I mean,
I'm sure they might.
well, I'm
They were
just,
there before I left, after all.
yeah, no,
Or
I
after.
was just thinking, I mean, with Madge and the others starting the daycare center, and, well, the town needing improvements and stuff, well, and we've got Mr. Gonzalez here as well now, and little Opal, and, well, they kind of need something to do, and maybe they could, I mean,
I can run a shop.
yeah, exactly, Opal. You and Mr. Foodman, have really good business sense, so maybe if there's stuff from the vault that's sellable, you guys could, figure out how best to distribute or market that or stuff. You know, help
That's
keep
not a
the
bad idea.
economy going in this city. I don't know.
Ah, Jesus. Sorry.
Not your fault, Eli. No worries.
I mean, I know the most immediate thing right now is all this faction movement going on across the region, but that doesn't mean that everyday life just stops, Phenac City and Gateon Port and Pyrite Town, those places all still need work.
Um, Opal looks thoughtful for a moment. And then she goes, "Well, I'm a good worker, so it's okay that they need work."
Good. She holds out a piece of pancake to her.
She numbs it happily. I think we should call the new business Opal Incorporated.
Maybe you
Um,
should talk to Mr. Gonzalez and Mayor Lisa about that.
um, and actually, Jake's dad starts to talk, and he's like, Opal, dear, maybe, and then Opal goes, or maybe we can call it, and Mr. Gonzalez picks her up and carries her away.
I think Opal would get on with Hodge.
You know?
Call it Iolana Incorporated, run by assholes for assholes.
No.
Opal and Mr. Gonzalez aren't assholes, though, Iolana.
I'll
That's
just
just
save that name for my shop then.
What are you gonna sell? Sass?
Yeah. Or maybe a
Sass
good
vendors.
kick in the junk.
gonna be way overpriced.
You say that as though you don't think everyone needs it.
It's still gonna be overpriced.
Sprig is hugging Spark's head protectively, as if to say, don't you kick Spark.
I am entrusted with her care. Oh.
There are so many people in this. I could sell it for others to others. Just imagine the sales pitch. There are so many people in this world who could use it. A swift kick in the ass.
Jake loudly clears his throat.
Yes,
He goes,
Jake.
Anyway, so I guess we'll head out with you guys tomorrow, and then we'll just split up when the time comes.
And
That sounds
I'm
like a-
gonna stay here and head out pretty soon to Oasis. I'm gonna ask, I've been talking to Gwen and Ariel. I'm gonna ask if they can come with me for backup.
Spark just kind of slowly shifts close to Layla.
Layla notices
Gwen-
this and blushes.
Gwen nods at Layla affirmingly, and Ariel gives a thumbs up.
She smiles. I have the best sisters.
I'm inclined to agree with you.
Was that Leilani?
Yes.
Good.
Nobody likes Kaimana.
Kaimana likes Kaimana.
I don't know.
Are you sure?
Well, maybe not.
I don't think so.
Maybe Kaimana's parents like Kaimana.
They tolerate Kaimana. There was one person who liked Kaimana, but he got
he's
turned
dead.
into mulch.
Yeah. That's very sad. You had to make it tragic.
You had to make it tragic.
Savages.
It's the job.
There's a
My
reason.
cabbages.
There's a reason that Leilani says to leave Kaimana alone when she's drunk.
Oh, I remember. Yeah.
Yep, you remember the story?
Anyways,
Um.
so
Yes.
Oh.
Hey.
Dally?
Yeah. So that's the plan then. Cain and Jake will go to Gateon Port. Gwen and Ariel and I, and friend maybe.
Friend Perks.
Oh, but you're Egnant. Maybe you should stay here where it's safe.
Droop.
Oh, but your
You
baby
could
girl will
stay
be
in
looking after us.
You can stay in the daycare. That's
You can be the first daycare customer, friend.
Her tail slowly starts wagging. And then wags a lot.
She pets her.
She kisses you.
Okay, so we're going to Oasis. You're going to Gateon Port. And you four. Remind me where you're going again?
Colosseum.
Right. Make sure that they haven't. Yeah. I hope they haven't. Okay. So I guess we're gonna be apart for a bit.
after that we'll be trying to hunt down some Vions and some legendaries.
So if you're gonna go,
That part is the easier part.
if you're gonna go loop around to Realgam, it might help if Moles was with you, but I guess you have Cypress, so that's good.
Out of character, just reminder that the purpose of Jake and Cain going to Gateon along with checking things out was to get Moz and bring him back.
Good. Okay. So I guess, but you two might be able to get Moles and ask him to catch up with the others?
Yep, sure thing. And Cain looks a bit uncertain, but he nods.
Moles is a sweetheart, honest. He just looks really. He just looks really intimidating.
Yeah.
Oh! Layla gets up and bolts to her room.
And Jake goes, while Layla's heading off, Jake goes to the others. He's just so pointy.
That's not what I would call. Cain's never met Moz. No, wait, Cain has met Moz.
I don't think he's that pointy anymore. Now he's more pink and ribbony.
Yeah.
He's still very pointy, and explanation.
Except all of his points have ribbons on them.
Explanation: Jake's seen Vions before and knows Moz is a Vion, so.
Yeah.
Even though he hasn't met Moz personally.
Yeah. Trust me, he's much more ribbony. Kind of like Cypress, but with less bandages and more ribbons.
Speaking of, a few minutes later, Layla emerges and she has got a handful of pink, blue, and white ribbons.
Oh.
I promised Moz that I'd bring him some things to help make him prettier. I didn't really find anything to paint his safety nubs pretty colors, but you can give him these. She holds out the ribbons.
Cain tentatively takes them, examines them, and goes, "Okay."
Trust me, give them to him, say they're for me, I'm sure he'll like them. Well, I hope he will.
You're sure that he wants to look pretty?
Sure. That's kind of why he wanted to be a Sylveon. He fucking loves She just puts a hand over her.
Your brothers both look at you.
I am so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Spark, bursts out into laughter.
Layla's face is
Finally
gone.
got Layla to swear!
I think Layla might have sworn once before for a fact, but no, this is... her hands are over her face, and she's like, the brown of her face is very much tinged with pink at this moment.
We have tainted this child. You've
All
done
of
Spark-
your
good.
Spark
sisters
is-
have along with Spark, all of your sisters have also burst into laughter, and your mothers are just staring at you.
She's just like, she's got her hands, she's got her hands covering the lower half of her face, and then she just kind of slowly pulls down the brim of her straw hat so that it's covering the top half of her face and just hides. I'm sorry.
To be fair, it is a direct quote.
To be fair, Moors does fucking love pink.
Cicely goes, "Don't let it happen again."
Yes, Mama.
And Lyra just starts laughing along with your sisters.
Stop laughing or you're on the couch for a week.
No, I'm not. There's no space.
I was about to say, someone else is already on the couch.
I'm sorry, but I just remember there was this. Like I said, I leave the TV on at night just to have background noise, and Fresh Prince of Bel-Air is one of the shows that plays. And in this one episode, Will comes home and finds Uncle Phil asleep on the lawn chair in the backyard. When asked why he's asleep back there, he responds, "Your Aunt Vivian thought the couch was too good for me."
Oh, that's where that quote comes from originally. Good.
Yes, she thought the couch was too good for me.
Also, Andrea, who's on your head now?
This is Toothless.
Hi, Toothless.
Arthur just gave me the biggest eye head roll. You saw this coming, I did this earlier. Bucky's is hot.
Anyways, let me see. But yeah, that's where the quote comes from. And she thought the couch was too good for me. Anyways.
Good.
So everyone is amused, and Cain goes, I just,
This could be a very effective assassination attempt if we were lying.
oh my god.
That wasn't in character, that was just me saying it.
I know, like, that's what makes it so funny to me. Is because it's true. Where was I? Okay, Cain just looks a bit at a loss, and he goes, "It's just that I'm still getting used to what life out here is like, and
I know, right? Oh, I have something that could, do I still have that? No,
No,
I
you
gave it,
gave it to Piper, and then Piper gave it back.
I gave it away. Darn.
what was it? Oh yes, that's right.
Oh, the book.
I'm sorry, I don't actually have anything that can help you.
Oh, well, I could, since I'm going to Oasis, I could ask for the Wasteland Guide back.
Only if you want to.
It would take a while to actually get it to you guys, but...
Cain looks a bit uneasy, and he goes, "But I just,
Jake,
Barney just kind of looks at Jake.
Jake, how about you give the ribbons to Moz?
I just never met a guy that likes any trails off."
Oh, right, because the Ascendants are
Yeah.
patriarchal bad words.
Cicely face palms.
Spark just kind of glances over at Layla's parents. and just mumbles, and then looks back and just mumbles, "Dickheads."
And Leilani is thoughtful and says, "Well, there was one family. I think it was the Hans in my vault who had their hair dyed pink, whether they were men or women."
That's a bit different. They didn't have a choice.
That's true.
Well, I guess we can strike off gender conformity off the list of, oh no, wait, no, we can't, because they still had enforced straightness.
That's true.
Well, for all
We
of
all bel-
Leilani's
we
Vault's
all-
crimes, at least they didn't see pink as an inherently feminine color. That is the one redeeming thing. That and the fact that Leilani came out of it.
I'm sure other good people came out of it.
Okay, Leilani
I
and
can
other
name 2 of them.
Maria.
Three.
3 of them.
3.5.
That's right. Iolana too.
Cain.
Not what I was going with, but okay.
Cain fidgets and he goes, "I'm gonna go to bed," and he wanders off.
Layla fidgets for a second and then she goes after him. Hey, Cain, can I have a quick word?
Yeah.
Private?
Oh, okay.
I just,
Private, that was the word.
I know everything's weird and you can tell me to bug off or whatever, but I knew that wasn't intentional. I know, Spark talked to you and stuff, and, I just, oh boy. I just wanted you to know that, I don't wanna, you and Spark, you were together first, and, I don't want to do anything to jeopardize that, and, I just, if you need me to, I mean,
Hey, it's okay. I'm okay.
yeah, I know it's all weird, and you didn't really have polyamory or anything except, you know, being straight in the vaults in Mount Battle. So I
Yeah, it's new, and I mean, it takes some getting used to, but I get it, and I want to give it a try.
yeah,
Yeah.
I I I care about Spark a lot, and I really want her to be happy, and I think maybe that's something you and me have in common.
Yeah.
Oh no, Andrea has zarged.
Oh,
Oh,
poor
no.
Andrea. The curse has moved along. Zarg, you eternal bitchwad.
So if any stuff about the this relationship stuff is making you uncomfortable or anything you're not sure about, you can let me know, I guess. I mean, I know we don't know each other very well, but you seem like you're good people and you make Spark happy and she thinks highly of you and 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 you left the Ascendant, so that makes you pretty awesome in my book. I guess it's just I don't know a lot about what I'm doing. This is all really new to me as well. So just I'm here if you need to talk about stuff. I really suck at this.
Hey, like I said, it's okay. I'm okay. I'll talk about it if needed.
Yeah,
But
you're a good
I
guy, Kane. I'll let you get some sleep. Thank you.
thank you. Um, I'm okay, but I'll let you know if I'm ever not.
Yeah, okay. Cool. I'll see you tomorrow, I guess.
He nods and heads off.
Layla comes back and sidles back into her seat.
Spark just kind of glances at her, just like with a curious look of what she had just said, mainly because her player has no idea what occurred.
Oh.
Mainly just to talking about how things are weird and how Layla doesn't want to get in the way of Spark and Cain.
I figured that's what it was. But just, yes, that exactly.
Hi, Arthur.
Hi,
I say
Arthur.
hi, by the way. Just hi.
Okay.
You are prescient.
Anyways,
I just wanted to check that stuff was cool with us, I guess. She just says this in response to Spark's inquiring look.
Oh, okay. And she just kind of like looks at Layla, is starting to turn her hair color again, and looks away.
Yeah.
Layla observes this, keeps watching Spark for a moment, also turns pink, also looks away.
Nerds.
Okay, so, big day tomorrow. Um, oh, oh, tonight. Hey, Mama?
Hmm?
Um, I don't know if we can do it tonight or not, but sometime soon, when we've got a bit more space, can. Well, you know Anu and Anu Hea?
Yes.
Um, they could kinda. They could kinda use a queer friendly space to live in, and.
Somewhere that isn't where Kaimana lives.
Yeah, Kaiman is not queer friendly space.
She's not trying to be an asshole, but she is.
It's from, where she's from and all that. I get that, but.
They exchange a bit of a nervous glance because they're so full, so very full. But they look back at you, and Lyra clears her throat for a moment, and she goes, "Well, I think it'll be okay. We'll make some space. It just, I mean, it's temporary, but
Yeah, I know. And it's also, well, I don't want to say too much because it's not my place, but I kind of feel like, you know, you guys. I feel like Anu Hea really needs some friends. And I don't know, I feel like maybe you guys could be her friends.
okay."
She's been through a lot. And I know you guys know what that's like, so yeah.
Yeah, they nod, and they give you hugs.
She hugs.
Are you guys gonna settle down for the night in game?
Yep. And
Unless there's, of course, anything else.
Spark's not gonna sleep. Spark is wanting to do a thing.
Oh,
Cool.
PM me. But the rest of you,
Sure.
gotcha.
Leilani is going to sleep, but before that is going to talk to his family about the possibilities of seeing what they could gather from the vault, and possibly seeing if they could sell some of it, use some of the medical supplies, yada yada yada, and also when he gets the chance, he is going to whack Kaimana in the back of the head.
What was that for?
For being a dick.
She shrugs.
I think right now that Eggsy, by the way, still hasn't moved. If
Sarah
Oh,
hasn't
he's
gotten
still
up.
flopped?
no, Eggsy was just still sitting there as long as Sarah was touching him.
Yep, Sarah hasn't moved.
They're gonna be like this all night.
It's quite possible she's asleep.
Oh. Exie cannot sleep. If Exie sleeps, Exie will fall over and Sarah will not be there anymore. Exie stays up all night.
Also, at some point, Spark goes over to Quinn's like, "Hey, I borrow like 600 caps."
Goes up to Quinn.
Yes.
He's the one with the money.
By the way, you said the magic words, by the way. Sell. Sure, he'll lend you 600 caps.
Sweet.
For what?
You'll see in the morning. And then Spark disappears.
I would like it stated for the record, by the way, that the Hartick and Lamont sisters have pushed the two beds together in Dusty and Ariel's room and just got all their blankets through there and are sleeping like they're having a sleepover together.
Good.
Yeah.
Because they're like, we're gonna like be going separate ways, so we're gonna have we're gonna sleep in a pile tonight.
Good. Andrea, once you have your 600 caps, you can go out and do the thing.
Okay. I do the thing.
Alright.
Thing.
You're fine in
Were
the
you
morning.
listening?
I really want to know because that's my 600 caps.
Julie, is that
It's
you?
worth it.
And I have to elaborate real quick.
Type.
Calm down.
She's
Never.
just making sure there's no radio silence.
Oh, that's very sweet of you. Let's see.
Thank you, Andrea.
If she's like gonna buy / make like basically like buddy bracelets except for like everyone in the love line.
That would be so fucking dirty.
That would be the worst.
Not quite. Spark doesn't have crafty hands. She has makey hands.
It's
Sounds
something
a bit-
mechanical.
Yes.
Some kind of tech. Maybe it's like a longer range radio or more earpieces, or maybe it's a tiny
Andrea,
vertibird.
Don't make it so fucking obvious, Andrea.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I just assumed she was buying the Hardigan Lamott's another house.
If that's the case, I could buy 2.5 houses.
I don't think 600 caps will be enough.
Yeah. Quite a lot.
Hey, I don't know the housing market.
Fair enough.
True.
Consider that there are a bunch of refugees in the dome rather than going out and buying Phenac houses.
Hey, I don't know the housing market.
That's a good clue, though. But anyways, fair enough. All right. Anything else before morning?
I think Andrea might have frozen again.
Oh no.
Andrea, are you still with us? No.
Well, I at least already knew what she wanted to do.
And Zarg is such an asshole.
Yeah.
Imagine if someone had to live with that all the time.
I know, right?
I know, right?
Feel really bad for that someone.
Well, I believe in some form of karma, so that person was probably a total douche.
Well, nevertheless, I hope they got to move into a place that has slightly better internet.
Even if it took some time to get that to work.
Still be pretty awesome.
And hey, maybe they got really lucky and had a really amazing group of friends.
It also could just be the universe like evening it out. Like you're such an that person's such an awesome person. Something's gotta happen.
Yeah, and
True.
but logistically speaking, though, if they know all their friends on the internet, those friends are probably all massive dorks.
Yeah.
True. Very true. If we're waiting for Andrew, I have to go use the restroom. I'll be back.
You do that.
Okay.
Okie
I'm actually going to use the restroom as well. If there's radio silence, don't worry too much about it. I'm going to have to edit this episode anyway.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Because the magic word was spake earlier today.
Yeah.
No worries about it. No worries about it or anything like that.
Oh, right. Sorry.
No, seriously. I
It's
realized
okay.
as soon as I said that might make you feel bad. Seriously, don't feel bad. It's really easy to do.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've done it a bunch of times before. Don't feel bad.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
And like I said, editing is a lot easier now that it's a lot easier now that Blender will let me do more than 2.5 hours. Although if I like spend too long in Blender, it starts freezing up. So I've learned to kind of be what's the word? Sparing, conservative with my editing. So I just like snip out the bits that need to be snipped.
Before you go, Dali, real
Ye-
quick, while at least two of you are here, I'd like to ask, you guys want to keep going? Because I just want to I know that we're starting later, so I want to make sure everyone's doing okay.
Yep.
Can you
Okay.
hear?
Andrea, yes.
Just fuck the Wi-Fi.
Oh no,
I
don't do
know
that,
what
Andrea.
you
You might
mean.
catch something.
No, that's Clark.
Anyway, I do
That's
need to go. I'll be back
Clark.
in 2 minutes.
Okie dokie.
Okay, I am a return. I see we have an Andrew.
Ayo.
Fuck, did you get my message?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. You do get some sleep at least.
Okay.
Okay, I already got an answer from Eli and Eli. Andrea, Hunter, I know that we're starting later than usual, so I want to make sure you guys are okay to keep playing.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay, just want to make sure.
He is busy till midnight. If he can keep focused.
Yeah, I think that's.
Or so you finish. But I think the former is gonna come first, because that's the usual with you.
I
She
hate
knows
to do
it.
this. I hate to do this, but I gotta pee too. I know that when I leave, Dali's gonna come back, but
Okay,
Well,
get
run!
lost.
Run, Bucky,
just
run!
hit me. All right,
Go,
I'll be
run!
right back.
Go! Sorry.
Okay, while Bucky and Dally are gone, Andrew, what did you do?
You'll find out in the morning.
But I want to know.
Oh, you want to know, but you could be patient.
No, I can't.
Now you know how I feel.
About what specifically?
Oh,
The
you'll
plans.
live, dweeb.
All the plans.
Also,
plans.
hey, any ideas for what I'm going to do tomorrow?
No, it is not.
Uh,
And
Ayo.
Bucky went to go use the bathroom.
Yep.
Do you have any ideas for what I'm gonna do tomorrow?
I have no idea. I don't know what you have planned. It might just be a character session, and if you think of something halfway through, then throw that in. If there's
I'll be honest with you. Tanawe is gonna hug people.
I don't
That's
know if
fair.
Hug two
I'll
people in
actually-
specific.
I don't know if I'll actually be there tomorrow because I don't know what we have planned.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah.
I just imagine just Tanawe starts hugging like people in general, and Mock
I'm back.
Just doesn't
Yeah.
like notice.
Nah, Tanawe's not that much of a hugger, but there are people she will hug.
Okay.
Hero's apparently one of them for some reason.
Well, yeah, dumb little brother.
Didn't someone hug Mock at some point?
Hero did.
Ah.
He hugged her because he was so damn excited after Glider.
I get
That's
the
right.
feeling Tanawe might have, but I'm not sure. Anyway, hi,
Alright,
Bucky.
Hi. All right. So you guys. All right. So is I know it's getting late because we're starting later than usual. Is everyone okay to keep going?
Daddy?
I
Yes.
think so.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
good.
I just I wasn't sure if I got an answer from Dally, so I just wanted to check
Oh,
one more
I
time.
am sorry. Yes, I am okay to keep going. I woke up. I might as well stay away. Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay. All right. So it's the
I
next
mean, we could
morning.
always throw some Maya looks at you, but
What? No.
No.
It's not your game.
yeah.
We have
It is the next
Hodge. That is
morning.
all the Mirelurk we need. Well, you see, human. Some Mirelurk come in boxes.
One of
And
these
some come
days.
in train cars.
One of these days, a giant fucking like, 3-story or at least 2-story Hodge is going to burst up out of the ground and go, "Well, you see, human."
And Hodge is like, "It is my brethren!
And
Hello!
Sarah's gonna be like, fuck it, I'm out.
Hello, my
Gone.
brethren!"
Like
Throws up her
Sarah
hand.
and I walk away holding up their middle fingers.
Meanwhile, somewhere far off, Momi gets a cold sweat.
Just like still looks up at the giant Hodge, just like, nope, sinks through the ground.
Mm. They, Iolana and Sarah work together, put a sign on the world. No Hodges allowed.
Can't just ban Hodge
Anyway.
from the world. Okay, yes, so we were saying.
All right, so
Mark
it's
is
the next
asleep on the
morning.
table.
Whether or not she can has nothing to do with whether or not she will.
So Quinn will come over to Spock and gently shake her.
Yeah. I fell asleep on the table again.
Mhm.
Morning.
Morning.
Where's everybody?
Probably still asleep.
FYI, Cain and Jake, once they get up, they're gonna eat, get dressed, and they're gonna head outside, wait to head out.
Spark grabs the three things on the table and gets up and just kind of gets all her things together, stumbling around a bit. She's a bit tired. She got sleep, but it's table sleep.
Baby.
She's like, Eggsy, come on. Is Sarah still?
Yep, Sarah is still on top of Eggsy.
Eggsy is conflicted.
Baby.
Yeah. Are you awake?
No, she was not snoring before he asked.
She has become one of us.
Yes, I need your help.
Sarah will get up.
Damn it, I shouldn't have said anything.
Oh.
Eggsy would just start waddling outside.
Iolana comes out along with Nahele and Leilani, naturally. And does Kali come?
She slept on the roof. So, basically,
Iolana
she
yells
lowers-
up. Oh, sorry.
she looks over the edge of the roof, sees people gathering, and flies down.
Hey, Kali, don't think you've met. This is Nahele. He's a spooky ghost.
Ooh. And Kali just stares.
See, she's so scared she's lost for words.
Nahele looks pleased.
Baby.
So Jake and Cain look around. Well, once everyone's gathered, I don't know if everyone's gathered yet, though.
Does Layla come outside or?
Layla comes outside. By the way, I completely forgot that she has 2 eggs. So I'm gonna say that that they were sleeping in the sister pile yesterday, last night.
Yes.
And she is currently holding both of them, and Hodge is scuttling alongside protectively. She's currently actually flanked by, I'm gonna say, all her Pokemon. And Sprig is kind of like holding onto her face. It's like, oh, like very much. So you can tell that Sprig is going to miss her trainer while she's away from her. And yeah, Layla comes out holding her eggs, flanked by her Pokemon, and looking very bedheaded. Like her hair is very lopsided right now, and just kind of looks at the others with just kind of apprehension and concern.
Jake and Cain look around at everyone, and Cain goes, "All right, guys. So before we head out, just a reminder: if if you have any Pokemon that you want to leave, Madge and Dusty will take care of them until we get back, and then we'll help take care of them."
They're really
Thank you.
good. They're really good with them.
Out of character, reminder: you can now leave basically any of your non-mains safely.
Leilani will be leaving all non-mains that aren't already working somewhere.
Yeah, and so basically at the end of the session, send me a list of all of your mains and their levels. So basically the ones that you're keeping with you, so I can finally keep better track of them. I'm sorry.
Pokemon. Sorry.
I'm sorry I've been so bad about that, but
It's a lot of Pokemon to keep track of, Buggy. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. I don't remember one of their names.
Raka?
That I knew it ended with a K, and there was an R somewhere, but I just couldn't remember where it was.
You have Luna to thank for that because I remember reading it on the database.
Yay!
The Pokemon that Leilani is taking with him are Nahele, Iolana, and Kali.
Spark is taking Dagsy, Plo, and Cadus.
can you all message me this? Just to make sure that I don't fucking lose it like I always do.
Okay.
Thank you so much for being patient with me. And like I said, if you could send me their levels, since I know not all of them are same level, then that would be a great help too.
Yeah.
I am unhelpful.
I
will take care of
definitely.
the end.
I know what level my Pokemon are. Yes. Yeah. No, I don't.
All right. Well, if you don't know the levels, that's fine. I'll give you the levels. I'll make a decision.
I know right now because I forgot to level this past week, so all my Pokemon are under a level. So.
Yeah.
Okay. I will. Layla isn't choosing just yet because she isn't leaving just yet. There's also the fact that usually she would have Sprig and Hodge with her. However, Sprig is going with the main party, and Hodge is staying home to sit on the eggs.
Sit on the eggs.
Yeah. So she'll have 3 Pokemon with her, but they will be probably Milo and two of the girls. Wait, who are the others? There's Thistle, there's Sealy. Oh no, wait, I think that might be all of them actually.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there are very few girls in this party. In Layla party.
No, they're catching up.
Yeah.
Has Pip?
Pip!
How's Pip doing?
Thank you. I knew I was forgetting someone. Pip is still hopping around after everyone as a cocoon.
Boing, boing, boing.
I just am so excited for him to evolve, even if he keeps startling himself out of it.
Before everyone takes off, I'm Sparks like so I made a thing.
Oh.
And she hands a thing to Layla and a thing to Cain, and they're like they're long range radios, so we can all keep in contact with each other.
Oh, that's a really good idea. You made these?
Yeah.
You're so clever.
She's her hair color again.
Thank you. Um, can I, she glances at everyone and, like, her eyes linger on Kane for a second and then she looks at Spark. Uh, can um, I have, um, can I need to give you Sprig's Pokeball and it's inside. Could you,
Oh,
Uh-huh. I'll go get
sure.
it.
wait, what?
Wait, hold on, I'm confused. Who
She's
is she talking to?
She's talking to Spark.
Oh.
So she was looking at, like, she was looking at Kane, and then she is looking at Spark.
Well, Cain assumes that you're, well, if you don't stop looking at him,
No,
he would assume that you were. Okay,
he did
so now
stop.
you're okay.
She looked at Kane, is very aware that she wants to say something. She wants to talk to Spark, but her other love interest is there, and she doesn't want things to be awkward.
Okay. All right.
So she looks at Spark and is like, I need to go and I get Sprig's I need to go and get. I'm gonna in.
Cain
Yeah,
turns and Cain turns and wanders off.
I need to go and get Sprig's lesbians Pokeball. I mean, shit.
Spark goes with Layla.
Cain wanders off in another direction, realizing what's going.
She goes inside the house and she actually produces Sprig's Pokeball her from her pocket and goes, "Oh, silly me, here it is."
Oh, and she just kind of puts in her bag with the others.
So if Sprig ever needs to return to her Pokeball, you'll look after her. I mean, I know Sprig's looking after you, but
Yeah, of course.
she very slowly puts down the eggs and gives one each to Hodge and Milo, who kind of look at her, kind of like, huh? And then Sprig goes, okay, so just kind of, and then just starts shooing them away. So we're gonna go get set up with the nursery over here. Comes back, starts shooing the other ones away as well. Come on! I will, so we are not gonna see each other for a while. And, Kane said he was okay with this?
Yeah. That's the vibe I was getting. That's what he said.
Are you still okay with this?
Yeah, I am.
Like maybe being an us?
Spark will just kind of tentatively reach out for Layla's hand.
Layla holds her hand and then very, very tentatively reaches out and rests her other hand on Spark's cheek. So, would it maybe be okay if...
Spark kisses her.
Never mind
Damn
then.
it.
I was gonna say something, but never mind.
Damn it! I was like, as you guys are doing this, I'm trying to set up my phone so it's sitting up so I can turn on my video, and do. Hold on, wait.
I was
No,
gonna
it's
say.
not.
I was gonna
It's not
say.
sturdy
Tuck
enough.
her hair behind her ear.
Hold on. I was gonna do this. Trying to push the
Good.
My thing.
controller. It's been my thing too.
Layla has never kissed anyone before, so she has no idea what she's doing, but she kisses back as best she can, and when she breaks away, she is smiling.
Spark is smiling too.
Okay, kissing's
Stumbles
kind of
as she
weird. Do you get used to it?
Yeah.
That's not to say, I mean, I'm really glad that you, I...
Spark just breaks out into a giggle.
I really like you, Spark.
I really like you too, Layla.
Stay as safe as you can out there.
I promise.
I'm gonna work really hard to get stronger and get my Pokemon stronger and stay safe too.
How you doing?
Okay.
Okay, okay, Sprig. Sprig pokes her head around the corner. Is it safe? Sprig.
Oh, good.
Did you
Sprig,
kiss her? Sprig! Can I tell Eggsy? Sprig!
Eggsy. If Layla looks, Eggsy is just kind of poking his head out from behind another corner.
Sprig sees him and goes, Eggsy! They totally kissed!
No!
I saw!
Layla is just beat red at this point. I'm gonna go and say goodbye to everyone before I spontaneously combust. Okay. And she goes outside, forgetting to let go of Spark's hand, so she's still holding her hand.
So proud.
God damn it.
Ship, 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 ship.
All the ship.
Yep.
Wee wee.
Wee, 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 wee.
Right, so you head back outside. Anything else happen?
Well,
Yep.
from inside, you do hear enraged Crustle, not enraged, but indignant Crustle noises, which those of you who understand Pokemon can translate as, what do you mean they kissed without me? I wasn't there to tell her how to do it!
My God!
See, neither of you are the male, so luckily nobody's going to have to eat anyone's head today.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
By the way, I should warn Jake about that. Or Cain, sorry, derp.
Alright. Anyways.
So yeah,
Anything else?
yeah. Layla comes back outside.
And what do you all do?
I think it's everyone heads off.
Oh,
As they're
Jake, Cain?
Oh.
Sorry, go ahead, Eli.
as they were waiting outside, Leilani will have been taking the time to sort of buff what's the word? Buff Kali's scales, and was just sort of talking to her about how maybe he'd like to learn how to fly on her, but only if she'd be okay with that.
She tentatively nods.
All right, but only if you want that.
She nods a bit more confidently this time.
Thank you. Because I really like the idea of being up in the sky, but well, my only other option so far is Nihile, and that strikes me as inefficient.
Ooh! Nihile is the unreasonably strong duck from Undertale. Just picks you up by the head, flies you everywhere.
Bird carries you over a disproportionately small gap.
Yep.
When Layla comes outside, still beat red, incidentally, and she self-consciously realizes that she's still holding Spark's hand and kind of just like, ooh, right, let's go. And says to Cain and Jake, oh, when you get to Gateon Port, if you need to stay anywhere, like to rest or whatever, we actually have a house there. It's kinda, It's not very well furnished just yet, but it'll do ya. It's got beds and stuff, and if you need help finding it, the mayor, Dustin, he'll be able to tell you where it is.
They get there, some guy's just been squatting in that house for the last couple of weeks, and no one knew.
Well, Quinn didn't trap the house again.
Unrelated.
Because reasons. Anyway, go ahead.
Unrelated. What's the word?
Bird.
Yes, bird. Thank you. Oddly enough, that reminded me. The fact that there's the bird that carries you over the disproportionately small gap, Papyrus jumping over your head, and the fact that you need to solve the puzzles where if you call Undyne, she admits that rather than solving them, she just jumps over any rivers that she needs to, is part of the reason why I headcanon the player character in Undertale as having mobility issues.
Yeah. Cannot jump over
Many of the-
disproportionately small gaps.
Yeah. Specifically, I headcanon them with cerebral palsy, but blah, 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 blah.
Anywho, so do you guys take off?
Yep.
I don't.
I mean, besides Layla.
Sprig does.
But Sprig takes off. Yes.
Flap, flap.
Sprig is protecting Spark.
She is sit on her head.
Yes.
No, actually, no. She's sitting on Eggsy's head and geeking out about their ship.
Yeah. You just all this every once in a while, just high pitched streaks coming from Eggsy.
Oh my god, you two sound like a balloon deflating.
Funny, I said that would be you.
She's just saying that now.
She's just saying that.
Think pointedly
Anyways.
to Ailana, like a deflating
Good.
balloon.
Make less noise or I'll destroy you.
Alright,
Are you guys going to make any stops, or are you just gonna head straight for the Orre Colosseum?
Probably gonna head straight for the Colosseum, I think.
I think we might actually have to rest.
I mean,
depending on
besides
what-
resting, though.
Probably head straight there.
Okay. Check.
We
Alright,
can tell them
nothing eventful happens.
I was gonna say, have me roll, I dare you.
I
let's
saw
see.
that Bucky had rolled.
Yeah, I was just checking for random encounters. Nothing of note happens just yet.
I realize I don't have the rolls open.
I linked it earlier. Do you need to link it again?
I guess I didn't click on it. Hold on, I'm backtracking. There it is.
But
Link it again.
anyways, nothing of particular note really happens. You do have to spend the night camping, but again, unless you want to do anything, nothing of note happens. I'm guessing usual well, you don't really have usual shifts without Layla there, but I'm sure you guys figure it out, especially with 2 additional boys.
I'm trying to
Eventually-
think of, maybe. I don't know. Probably Jolene and Quinn, Spark and Cain, Jake, Leilani.
Sounds good. Okay. And next morning, usual morning routine, I suppose. Again, tell me if you want to do anything.
Alright.
But after a few hours after you wake up and begin traveling again, you reach the fork in the road. Well, I say fork, but anyway, the road's heading up, towards Gateon Port, and then you guys are going to be heading for Orre Colosseum. So, it's time for you guys to part ways with Jake and Cain.
Leilani just leans over, gives Jake a hug, and says, "Stay safe."
Jake gives you a kiss on the cheek.
Leilani goes bright red and babbles a bit.
He winks at you and starts walking off.
Okay.
Emma stands there for a moment, like you notice that she's in front of you when you look down. She looks up at you, winks, blows a kiss at you, and trots after Jake.
What?
She giggles.
Spark is just awkward goodbying Cain.
Gwen's going to grab the back of his shirt and be like, "Come on, lover boy."
Yes.
Yes.
You hear Emma giggling off in the distance and see that she is now skipping.
She and I'll get along.
Be comfortable.
Oh.
Really wouldn't be comfortable.
You can knit with latex, right? No?
Oh my god,
No.
Dally!
Well, Jolene has to be doing something while Hannah's not here.
I know I've seen people make things out of condoms, but I don't think.
For context,
works
I said that
for
Jolene is just knitting condoms in the background. Because I am the
Yeah.
classiest person ever.
Ugh.
Knitting.
You say knit condoms, and I say I think I just knit shut.
Oh my god.
Fine, she is knitting condom cozies.
Okay, that's better.
No, it's
Useless, but better.
Okay.
Spark is just being awkward around Cain.
Oh.
Cain gives you a big hug.
Promise me you'll stay safe, okay?
Of course. And he heads off after Jake. Tad stares up at you blankly for a moment, like forgetting to follow. And then he goes, "Oh, right." And then he starts waddling after Cain.
Bye, Tad.
Bye, Eggsy!
Try not to smash any more rocks.
I don't know what the problem is.
Yeah, you wouldn't.
Any hoozle.
To the Colosseum.
Okay.
I bet you money we get there and everything's fine. I'm like, cool, and then they attack.
Don't depend on that.
I don't like the way the bookie is talking.
Or we're gonna get there and everything looks fine, but secretly they've already been taken.
I think everything's just gonna go to hell as soon as we step foot near it.
So by that logic, if we'd never shown up, they would have been fine.
Yes.
It's sort of like the paradox of evangelization. If you don't believe in limbo, if you believe that people who don't know any better just go to heaven, then isn't evangelizing one of the worst things you can do?
Anyways. So...
Was there actually a road to the New Orre Colosseum?
I don't think there was. At least not on the original map.
Yeah, there's... I mean, like, compared to the road you've been walking on, like... It's like the difference between, like, going on a well-paved road and then there's a dirt, kind of gravelly pathway. It's not well kept, it's not very well used, but it's still kind of there. So yeah, there is a way leading to the Colosseum. And after several hours, you see it looming off in the distance.
I'm never happy when something is looming.
How do we want to go about this?
Just for the record, I'm trying to find a halfway decent picture of what it looks like from the outside. It's kind of got like old-timey columns. From the looks of it, like, Greek columns, Greco-Roman. It's got these big stones surrounding it, jetting off of it. It's kind of in disrepair, even more so than what you see in that picture, but it's held up after all these years, so it's there for a reason, so it's pretty sturdy. As you get closer, the pathway starts to get a bit less dirty and gravelly, and it's still old and not well kept, but you see those stones at the bottom of the picture. They're kind of paving the way. And you see a couple of dots near it, and by dots I mean you can tell from their movement that they are people.
Can I do a perception check?
Yep.
And Leilani's... Sorry. Leilani says, Iolana, could you go in closer and take a look? And Iolana's going to float along and stealth.
Wow, that did not... Meh. 21.
Shall I roll stealth for Iolana?
Yes.
Okay. Da-da-da-da-da. Let's scroll down a lot. Here we are. So that's a 30.
All right, you managed to get pretty close without being seen. Sorry. Sorry about that. All right, so as Iolana gets close, you see tents pitched inside the Colosseum. You see various people walking around inside wearing slave collars.
Oh, shit.
Yep. And you see those familiar uniforms. And you see a number of them patrolling on the outside.
Familiar meaning Team Storm?
Yep.
Iolana's going to use her short-range communicator to say, yeah, we got Team Storm and slave collars.
I really, really want, like, some of these people that are here to be some of the people that were at Gateon Port. And just, we, like, roll back up and like, hey, remember us?
And then we hear a Wilhelm scream as one of them dives in the water.
We're back!
Yeah, we got Team Storm and slave collars. How are we going to handle this? And Leilani will cringe and say, did you all hear that? Right, not all of you speak Pokemon. Team Storm is...
No!
Shit.
She's stuck on a hilarious freeze frame for me.
You okay, honey?
I'm good.
Okie dokie. Just making sure, and
What do you mean you're good? I thought you were evil.
Chaotic neutral. Depends if I'm playing or DMing. If I'm DMing, oh, I'm a right bastard.
Yeah. That's a 16.
Andrew's back. Hey,
Hey,
Andrew, the good news?
Sure.
Good.
No, wait, what's
Team,
the
Team Storm and Slave Collars are there.
Right, I heard that, and then there's our...
Okay.
Iolana's just informing everyone.
Spark is just like, okay. Leilani, do you and Kali maybe want to try to get an aerial view?
Yeah, I think that we could. Iolana could as well. She can fly too.
Yeah. Or if Quinn, you and Cypress want to do it instead, whoever's more comfortable with it.
Sorry.
I just worry that we might be seen.
I missed what was, like, I couldn't hear what was said.
Spark is suggesting either,
Iolana and Kali. Iolana, Leilani and Kali, or it's Quinn and Cypress.
Yes. Either someone go and get an aerial view and try to get a decent pic of possibly how many. Like, not actual picture, but a decent, like, view of how many.
I ain't the writer here, so I say we let Eli do this.
Leilani isn't either, but
I mean, we could just have if Leilani can go up and get a good view.
after a moment, Leilani says, Kali, would that be alright with you?
She spreads her wings.
Leilani will carefully and as gently as possible climb onto Kali's back.
And she takes off.
Leilani takes a moment just enjoying being up in the sky, just grinning down below, but then looks over and tries to get a good bird's eye view of the place while Iolana is sneaking around down below, disguised as a tumbleweed.
Okay, so once you get a little bit closer, I want Leilani to roll intuition or perception.
Okie dokie, give me a moment. Which is better? About the same.
We can burn. Let me help you with that. And let you re-roll it.
Yes, please.
Okay.
So you get a +5 to it.
Okay. Thank you.
Or which one were you using?
Perception.
Nice.
They're the same for me. So.
All right, I'm gonna.
That is a 30.
Yeah. Filling up the airspace while there is PMs.
Andrea, you're so cute.
Yes.
I think I'm cute.
Yes.
And Arthur clearly agrees with us. He's dating you.
Mhm.
He's very much focused on homework.
Good. Well done, Arthur.
That's good. But we still know that he agrees with us.
Yes.
There you go.
What is the terrain be considered around here?
What
Yeah,
the hell?
It's fairly flat. What'd you say, Eli?
Just talking to myself, don't worry.
I'm curious of your reaction to what I sent you.
What the hell?
He talking to himself. He say, "Hello, Eli. How are you? Oh, hi, Eli. Oh, same as always."
If I actually got to talk to myself, I'd say, God, you fucking asshole.
I know, right? No, we wouldn't.
But yeah, there's
Hey.
it's mostly flat. There's some, big boulders and rocks dotting.
I mean, like
Desert.
Desert.
urban desert. Okay.
So don't you get your bonus?
Yeah, I do.
Leilani freezes for a moment on Kali's back, then slowly brings his hand up to his earphone and says, "Someone noticed me, but
Get back down. Get back down now.
he didn't say anything. He's in a patrol group, but he didn't say anything."
We want to get back down here and call Iolana back.
No, I want to know. I'll come back down, but I know Iolana can take care of herself. Iolana, you follow him. He's a black man in his early to mid-30s, and he's with one of the patrol groups. If you feel in danger, get out of there, but Kali and I will land. And Iolana says, "Roger, Roger." And she's going to try and find who Leilani mentioned as Leilani and Kali fly down.
Weirdest
gonna make you
bot
roll
I've
them.
ever heard.
What was that?
Weirdest bot I ever heard. No, Roger.
Roger. Oh my God, Dally! I see where you're going with that.
What?
Nothing. Just.
Sprig on Spark's head.
Anyway, sorry.
This is a serious question. Is Sprig on Spark's head?
Yes.
Good.
Okay, making sure.
Okay. So, anyways.
Should I roll stealth again?
No, I'll keep your first roll. I'm gonna
Okay.
say Iolana can find him. Because he's been pointed out to her now. Like, that's what I made you roll earlier before.
Yep, that's what I figured.
Yeah. Okay. So, she follows him and his group. They don't seem to notice you. Is she gonna get close enough to hear anything, or is she gonna play it more safe?
She's going to try and get close enough to hear, but will do so cautiously.
You hear the black man in question well, you can see that he's talking to the others, and you can hear his voice, and he says, 1 second, guys, you keep going, I gotta take a piss. And he starts wandering away from the Colosseum.
Is he
looking.
going?
He's not going directly towards Iolana, but he is going away from the Colosseum, and Iolana can see that he's looking around in the skies again, and then starts scanning the horizon when he doesn't see anything.
Iolana whispers into her earpiece, "Okay, he's looking around. Can't see anything now, though, because, you're gone." I'm gonna keep keeping an eye on.
Good idea.
Said he was going off to take a piss, though, so maybe not too fond of his buddies. I don't know.
Maybe. Leilani, were you able to see anything else?
What was Leilani able to see up there?
Like I said, lots of, Team Storm colors inside, like mainly in their tents. Flags have been pitched up on the highest points of the Colosseum remains. There's a couple of fenced-in areas inside, keeping in slaves in one spot and keeping in various Pokemon in another spot. There's some patrols going on inside, but their security is being built. This place was just taken over recently, and they have not fallen into the routine of keeping guard of it quite yet.
Leilani will... Sorry.
Yeah, you're fine.
He'll be relaying all of what you say.
Yeah, no problem. And so, let's see, what else? You see what appear to be like a variety of kind of different, what would be the best word for this? Tasks being performed. Like you think you might have spotted a like a blacksmith, a medic tent, basically the sort of things that you'd probably see in a war encampment, along with the patrols and the slaves and the pen full of Pokemon.
It definitely looks like a war encampment.
Okay, so can we see the tent of, whoever's in charge?
There is one tent that is kind of off, kind of set up in the center, and it is larger and a bit fancier than the others.
Now, here's the question. How big and fancy? Are we dealing with the big guy himself, or just someone
No.
of higher rank? Okay, higher rank.
Yes, someone of high rank, not Arcus himself.
I'm
general or something.
I'm super tempted to just have Quinn have Quinn challenge this guy to honorable combat between him and another Pokemon. While that's happening, have everyone else sneak around and get the remote detonator stuff for the colors.
Probably what would be best is maybe have a distraction while some people go back around and one group's start freeing the Pokemon, one working on slaves.
I mean, hence the honorable combat. I think the entire encampment would watch that.
I don't know if honorable combat would work though. That's my thing. I don't know. I don't know if the Team Storm well enough to feel out whether or not that would work.
Yeah, consider
they
what
ain't
these
honorable.
people do.
Yeah.
I'm not sure honorable combat is their thing.
What if I call him a pansy?
They're based on
Then he'll
Vikings.
crucify
Vikings
you.
didn't really do honorable combat. They did raiding and taking shit over.
Raid, pillage, plunder.
Well, I say crucify, but I don't mean that literally because they
No,
have
because
a different...
they're not Legion.
Yeah, they have a different execution method.
They do the whole cutting out the lung thing and making it look like wings.
Bloody Eagle.
That's
Yep,
what
the Bloody Eagle. That's
for some
what they
reason
do.
I kept thinking it was like an angel, but no, I knew that wasn't right.
Yep, it's called the Blood Eagle.
Why on earth did everyone know that they do that?
I
had
know.
a weird ape world.
I feel like I should know because we went to Lindisfarne on Monday.
I've actually had a very, very very in-depth studies of Vikings and their culture.
I feel like Dave has actually been reading up on the Vikings a bit more because he was telling me some interesting tidbits.
Mm-hmm.
I knew for two reasons. One, I used to watch 1,000 Ways to Die a lot when I was younger until I realized it was fucking stupid.
Yeah.
And the other reason I know is because this is Team Storm. They are based on Vikings. I was like, well, they're going to have a special execution method. I'm going to look up Viking execution methods.
Okay.
I had a really crazy AP world teacher.
Okay.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, you know.
Now, interestingly enough, at what stage of Vikings? Because, age of Vikings, or just Vikings in general?
I think it's Vikings in general.
They don't seem like the type who would do extensive research. And I'm not even sure extensive research is available.
Yeah, probably not.
Like,
Because honor is important to Vikings, but if it's just the idea of Vikings, then
It's like,
you have
just about you. Go ahead.
you have to consider the fact that Caesar in the actual Fallout games themselves, Caesar, while he did get to do research on the Roman Empire, he still crafted his legion in a way that did not replicate it at all.
Mm.
Like, for example, the way Caesar goes about everything is like he forcibly assimilates everybody.
yeah.
Whereas the Roman Empire was basically like, oh yeah, you can keep your culture, you can keep your religion, you can keep your ways, just pay us. And
You're officially part of the Empire. Just you're also you.
And yeah, so that's nothing like how Caesar's Legion in Fallout handles their shit. They forcibly assimilate and destroy the culture of everybody that they took over.
So it's just the idea of Vikings, which explains the horned helmets.
I kind of want to
Yes,
say
exactly.
that Legion is to Roman Empire what Iggy Azalea is to rap music.
Ah!
Not entirely inaccurate. From what I know of both Iggy Azalea and rap music.
I'll be here all week.
Love you, Dally. But so yeah, even even regardless of how much research the founder of this organization did, that does not mean that what they do is going to be accurate in any way. So yeah, you
putting all attention on an honorable duel is probably a strategic blunder that they wouldn't make.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is a nice idea that might work in some situations.
I
have my doubts about whether it would work in this situation.
Yeah, I wasn't even going to be like, if I win, all the slaves get free. Of just like going up there and be like, yeah, I've heard shit about you guys. I don't like it. You're a pansy.
I feel like they'd be more. I feel like they'd be more likely to just take you prisoner and execute you rather than actually fight you.
Yeah, like
maybe one of other factions that might work with, but I don't think that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Hunter, like when you were like, what if I called him a pansy and all that stuff? Yeah, like the leader would literally just be like, ha, and he would blood eagle you.
Yeah. I mean, he'd have to catch me. Just run into a tent and there's just a dude in there in a Viking outfit. He went that way.
Hey, they do use electric types. Those are fast.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's more we need another distraction.
Anyways, so is Iolana still following
yes.
this man, right? He, as he's walking off, he is periodically glancing nervously over his shoulder at his comrades, who are starting to look a little bit suspicious. And so eventually, whatever he's doing, you can tell that he is not, gonna go take a piss. He's that was a, cover. So eventually he does give up and he, does what he said he was gonna do.
Iolana just.
Yeah, and then he, when he's done, he glances around, trying to, see what he saw before one last time. Looks a bit disappointed, and then heads back to the men that he was patrolling with.
Alright. Iolana's going to continue following.
Nothing eventful happens. He just continues patrolling. I mean, all of them do. Roll intuition. You're not gonna have to roll very high, though.
I don't think intuition is one of her skills. Can I just roll 2d6?
Yeah. As I said,
Yeah.
you do not have to roll very high. So
I hope not.
yeah, Iolana can tell that he does not like these guys that he's with. Like he's in a group of 3. The other 2 are like laughing and joking with each other, making really crude remarks about things. And he's just kind of lingering away from them, trying to ignore them, but can't.
Yeah, Iolana here, this guy may not be as much of a dickbag as the others. At the very least, he doesn't like them.
Can you maybe like get him separated? Like maybe, I don't know, take out his the other 2 and
I'll
you
see
know.
what I can do. And Iolana is going to...
Be careful you do that.
No, I think I'm just gonna bumble in and do it like a dumbass. Jesus. What Iolana's going to do is she's going to use Tailwind and sort of whip up a wind around specifically that guy, noticeably so.
He looks startled and freezes.
Iolana is going to use Fairy Wind to just briefly draw an arrow pointing towards her in the ground and then fluff it out.
He just gonna roll real quick to make sure he sees. Oops. Yeah, he sees it. So he
It'd be great
goes
if all that happened and he didn't notice.
Oh god. So yeah, he's a bit frozen right now, at a loss, and his 2, the 2 that he's with, like turn and look at him, and one of them goes, "Finn, what's up?" And Finn stands still for a moment. What?
His name is Finn.
Finn?
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yeah.
Okay.
Calm down, guys.
You think they'll calm down?
No.
We need to find a Poe now.
Probably.
That way we can make this ship happen in our game, even if it doesn't happen in the movies.
Guys, calm down. Okay.
When have we ever been calm?
So Finn is there standing still for a moment, and then he just kind of goes wide-eyed, and then he kind of doubles over. And he goes, "Oh God, I ate something bad. I'll be right back." And then he bolts.
Iolana is going to... Sorry, this is unrelated, but holy shit, yes, I finally beat that stupid fucking challenge! Ah! Freedom!
Are you okay?
Yes, I'm better than okay right now. Okay, back to the thing that's actually happening.
Okay.
So, Iolana gently uses the wind to guide him over to her, someplace where nobody can really see them, preferably near the designated latrines.
Well, like, the latrines are more, like, there
Holes
aren't
in the
any
ground.
yeah, there aren't
Right.
any latrines outside of the Colosseum, so, like, he basically goes to squat, well, quote-unquote, squat behind a rock, as far as his friends are concerned.
Iolana will sneak behind the rock, unfold from her tumbleweed disguise, and then just sort of do a
Ta-da!
yeah, exactly. And she says, "Okay, you speak at a Pokemon?"
Huh?
Right. Iolana will start writing in the ground,
Oh.
and her writing isn't great, but it's "These guys are dicks."
Yeah, they are. And he lifts up his the sleeve of the shirt kind of under his armor, and you see a lightning bolt brand in his shoulder.
Iolana cringes and says into her thing, "Okay, he's branded. He definitely doesn't want that."
I could give him the earpiece.
Okay, I wasn't gonna do that without your permission, just in case. And she takes out the earpiece and holds it out to him.
He takes it, kind of glances over his shoulder nervously, and puts in the earpiece, and he goes,
Iolana's gonna keep an eye out to make sure no one's coming while he talks.
Who's this?
That will come later.
Alright.
Right now, we need your help.
Okay. I need your help too.
Good. Mutual beneficiation is the best.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I'm thinking off the top of my head.
And
He actually laughs a little bit.
Leilani's going to speak up and say, I'm the one you saw in the sky.
Okay.
But
listen, we want to take these guys down?
We came here to help this place.
So you do want to take these guys down?
That's the idea.
It'd probably be ideal, yes.
Alright. Listen, not everyone here wants to be here, got it?
Any way to tell?
Look. It's hard to tell. Just what these people do. They don't just enslave women, they enslave men too.
We know.
They make us act as soldiers. And some guys take to it all right. I didn't, and I bet a lot of other guys didn't either. But it's hard to tell who's acting and who's acting to survive and who's actually a part of this.
Is the fancy tent the guy in charge?
Yes.
Would taking him out help?
Probably. I think, and he's thoughtful for a moment, and he goes, I don't know how, but if you guys do manage to take this place down and get it under your control, once the people here can be certain that they're going to be free, then you'll be able to know who's who.
All right, thank you.
Because the men that aren't for this, they'll fight you to the death. But the people who aren't, they'll take you out.
All right, that makes sense. And Iolana does the sort of perfect signal with her hand. Or the okay signal.
And he thinks for a moment and he goes, whatever you guys plan, if I help you out, you guys gotta help me too, got it?
Sure.
Seems fair.
My wife, she isn't here. She's in another camp. But my wife and 4 of her kids, you gotta help them get out too.
We will.
Do you know where?
If I could see a map, I could tell you, but I don't know right now.
Leilani, can I draw a map?
Leilani says, I doubt it, but my Pipdex has a map on it.
I don't want to risk that getting over there to them.
Why don't we save all these people first, and then you can see a map?
That's a good idea. Now we can't let this guy die.
we won't.
Right.
What was that? Sorry.
Well, Andrea said we can't let this guy die.
That was out of character.
Okay, just
Yeah.
making sure.
We're like, kind of like we can't keep a promise if we can't find a camp.
So, how do we start? Do you know what would be a distraction for these people?
He considers for a moment.
Let's light the leader's tent on fire.
Let's do that.
That is an idea.
Yeah, he sits and considers for a moment.
Idea.
Anyways, he says, well, obviously the best way is to cause a bit of a stir, lure them out.
So
I
like
suppose
a charging Vion?
where would you get something like that?
Oh, Finn, you sweet summer child.
Lance is over at Trent.
Question.
Yes.
To the DM.
Yes.
How long would it take someone flying to get to Gateon Port from here?
Someone flying.
Say on the back of an Aerodactyl.
Oh, on the back of a Vion.
I would also, Hatter, if you're thinking what I think you're thinking, remember you have radio contact with Jake and Cain.
True, but okay, fine. But the question still remains on return trip here.
Yes,
so,
very true.
how long would it take, let's say, a very large Gyarados to swim its way from Gateon Port to Orre Colosseum?
This place might be landlocked.
Yeah, we're a bit inland.
Yeah, you're a bit inland.
Oh, okay. I thought someone had mentioned that the ocean was close.
It's close, but not
It's
close
still-
enough for a Gyarados attack.
No. I'm not saying Gyarados attacks from the ocean.
Oh, like he's
in the ocean waiting when they come to him. Because I guarantee you, they don't have a large supply of water in that Colosseum yet.
So what? They're gonna take seawater?
To put out a giant fire, yes.
Oh.
Put out a giant fire, a bunch of them leave, go to the ocean, and Gyarados, bruh. Now they have to fight a Gyarados. They're split on two fronts, fighting a Gyarados, fighting a fire. And in the chaos, we can go in.
That's a decent thought.
I like that plan.
The issue is, how long would it take Gary to swim all the way here?
Let's see. I've been
Gary, learn
Sorry.
teleport.
Therein
I
lieth
don't have a
the rub.
teleporter.
I'm gonna say right now, guys, that my sense of scale is really, really bad. So
I know the feel, Bucky.
Well,
So
if it took us, how long would it take us to walk straight from Phenac City to Oasis Pokespot without hitting the roads?
A day.
A day without going the roads?
No, I was gonna say 8 hours. Like if you walked in a straight line.
I
it'd take
remember.
8
Yeah.
I remember you said that Phenac to Oasis with mounts would be like 3 hours thereabouts. So, I think that makes sense.
With mounts it would take about double that time, if not more.
I was just going based off of the first couple session stuff and how long that stuff took. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you. It's just that the reason I brought up I'm sorry that my sense of scale is so bad is because I know that I'm gonna be inconsistent with travel time.
Okay.
And I'm really sorry about that. I'm really sorry. I can't.
What is
Be
the
better
space
for you.
Pokemon called again?
What was that?
What?
What's the space Pokemon called?
Palkia?
Nebby.
Haha. Palkia. It just means that Palkia's been, fucking with our dimension or something.
Okay.
He's been folding space in
I-
upon itself randomly.
One
But-
time.
But anyways, so with the mounted thing in mind, I'd say that from Orre Colosseum, so around where you are now, to Gateon Port would take 3 hours.
Cool. So we just call up our friends in Gateon Port, tell them to tell Gary to come here. And he'll be here in 3 hours. In which time we can figure out how we're gonna light this guy's tent on fire. Hopefully with him in it.
The question is whether or not Jake and Cain will get there in time, or do we have to call them directly?
Would, I mean, from the point where you parted ways, was the Colosseum closer than Gateon?
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
okay, so it might take a bit longer for Jake and Cain to get there.
They're probably not even at Dr. Kaminko's lab.
Yeah, they're not gonna be there until around nightfall,
I mean,
if even.
Wait, hang on. Hatter, Quinn's a
Huh.
ranger, right?
He there's no ranger class in the system, but I'm the closest thing there is.
I
yes.
know, but I mean, can't you just do what you did at Gateon Port? Why go and look? Why go
Yeah.
and bring out Gary when you could maybe try and befriend a Pokemon nearby to help us?
It's true, but Gary's already our friend. He's definitely guaranteed to help us. If I flummox this, there goes the plan.
we've
I mean,
got
the
enough.
Yeah, fair enough. The fire is still an option, but because I don't know what I'll get, right? Because maybe I'll get, maybe something not as strong as a Gyarados, because a Gyarados is an intimidating thing.
Again, we do have a Vion right here.
We could have Cypress hiding in the water.
I was just gonna suggest have a Vion charging. That's enough to freak him out and distract him for a bit.
Yes, but I mean, mind you, it's one Vion versus an entire camp of people with weapons.
Yeah, Vions are dangerous, and he, could take a couple out, but he cannot face all these people.
It's gonna be Cypress versus a wall of bullets.
I think Hatter's right that you want to draw some of them out into the open.
Yeah, I do not want Cypress here. Cypress being in the water is fine, because that is an intimidation thing as well. But splitting them up is a good idea.
Okay, well, draw them out to sea.
But I'm gonna, just because Cypress is being out there, let's see if we can find something else. Bucky, I'm gonna go look in the ocean. Can I find anything?
Can we assume that all this planning talk is also happening in character?
Yes.
Okay.
But very quietly and much more quickly.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
One question, and I promise this is relevant. What level is the starters at?
They should be at 62.
Yes.
Because I'm one session behind, and I've got Eggsy at 60.
Ooh, I'm 4 levels behind here.
Okay. In that case... Sorry.
Yeah, basically whatever session number you're at, and multiply that by 2.
Yeah. The session number always corresponds to the trainer level.
Yeah, and your main Pokemon level.
What's our current session number at?
31.
31.
Ooh, I'm a solid 2 levels behind.
I'm quite a bit behind, but anyway, in that case, Leilani is thoughtful and then says, Iolana could whip up a hurricane.
She can?
Iolana can now use the move Hurricane.
In the eye of a hurricane, there is quiet.
It has been
0
days.
And
Just a moment.
Bucky.
Yellow sky.
No, Bucky's singing Hamilton again.
So it has been 0 days since the last accident.
Yes.
Hi,
Dolphin, no!
Iolana does Sorry.
His head, Dolphin.
Leilani does in fact say, Iolana could whip up a hurricane.
That could also do some stuff.
Just hit them with every natural disaster known to man at once.
It doesn't
get-
seem completely unreasonable.
Just get half of them out to the ocean and then have a hurricane show up in the middle of them, so they'll split off so they can't help.
It would definitely do some damage.
We also can't attack the Colosseum with anything like a hurricane.
We could attack the Colosseum with a hurricane, but that risks putting.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. We can't hurt the slaves.
Yeah.
We have people we need to not hurt here. So again, we cannot attack the Colosseum with something like a hurricane. So I think the hurricane forcing the people that left to get the water to not be able to retreat back to the Colosseum is probably our best bet.
Probably.
And then they gotta fight because that way, once they're fighting whatever we get plus Cyprus, they can't retreat.
With the hurricane, additionally, you probably won't have to wait around for Gary. You can just see what you can get.
Yeah.
With that, and then possibly with. I'm thinking that if we want to still set the guy's tent on fire, Spark can sneak in with Flo, cause a bit of ruckus that way, and then Spark can try to sneak off and possibly maybe go off, get some slave collars off.
And when all that chaos is going on, our sneaky sneaks, our non-sneakies can cause more chaos, and our sneakies can see what they can do to, what's the word?
Save the Pokemon.
Yes.
Like, it's probably like Sarah can probably go and set the Pokemon free.
Not just save the Pokemon, but find the slave collar controller.
Yeah. That Spark.
Fuck it up.
Yeah, Spark was specifically just gonna go start trying to pop off collars.
That works too, but
Yeah.
finding the controller just strikes me as quicker.
Yeah, both would work, but if we can do both at the same time, it does like okay. If we are struggling finding the controller, at least we're doing something.
Good. Yeah, that works.
Alright, so what's going on now?
Yeah, what do we want to do now?
Is the guy still listening in?
Yeah, and I assume Ilan is still keeping watch.
Yes, Iolana is carefully keeping watch to make sure nobody's coming to check on Finn while he's taking a dump.
Yeah, like the two that were originally with him are starting to look a bit suspicious, but they are not coming for him yet.
So I just have this middle image of finally they like, you know what, let's go see what's going on. They're about to round the bend of like what he's hiding behind, and then I don't know, this bout of fire comes out. He comes running by with his like pants like being held up. He's holding up his pants like, run! Charles head!
Bruh, what did you eat?
What did you eat?
I mean, I'm sure Iolana could give him something that could cause a bit of, you know.
Actually, yeah, that's not a bad idea. Does Iolana know about anything that very quickly causes stomach distress?
Oh my god, are you giving our new friend diarrhea? Stop that!
Yes.
Worst
It's
new
for
friends
his own
ever!
good.
For his own good.
Helping him sell his case.
Oh my god. I mean, she would know of various plants that could do that, but I don't know if she has any access to them.
Alright. Uh, crap. Iolana has stuns for. Don't suppose she can do something with that.
Yeah, that's great. They go around the corner, his pants are around his ankles, and he's just frozen on the spot.
I mean, eating it could get him sick, but it would also paralyze him.
Why don't you just have him stick his fingers down his throat and vomit? He said he ate something bad. He didn't say which end it was coming out.
That's a good point.
God, guys.
Iolana looks.
I don't
and
know why
says-
I'm part of this conversation either.
Iolana is actually going to look, then steal Finn's controller and say, "Yeah, Finn needs an excuse. Tell him that I'm giving him an excuse." And she hands it back to Finn.
She's giving you an excuse.
Finn looks confused.
Oh, I'm so sorry, you poor guy.
Iolana is going to go grab Finn's
Shit.
nose, hold it, and stick her fingers down his throat.
Yep.
God. He
Well, at least
could've
then,
done that himself.
at least then it sounds like he's choking on something and then going to vomit. So his friends are like, okay.
You could
Yeah,
have
he-
just
Before
told
Iolana did this, I'm gonna say she saw the guys started coming to check on him.
Yes, that gives her even more reason to do that.
They just like they stop, they hear him puking. It's like, what did he have? He had the fish. Oh,
Shit, I had the fish, and they run off.
oh God!
It's like that in that moment in Spaceballs. It's like, oh, he had the special.
Wait, I had the special. And then the like the placebo effect starts going, and then somebody just goes.
And this ends
Is
up being how he tamped
Iolana
down.
is Iolana able to make Finn sick?
After having her fingers jammed down his throat, he pulls away from her and then pukes everywhere. And if Iolana looks and sees the guys coming, they hear this, stop, and go, "Nope, yep, he's really sick," and turn around and walk
Yeah,
away.
okay. Okay, guys, totally a joke, but it might actually work in some instances. But we get this entire camp just to eat something disgusting, and they all just get sick, and then we just stroll in. It's like, "Sup, guys?"
Oh my
Iolana just smirks.
In fact, Iolana overhears one of them quietly go, "What did he eat?"
This poor
Iolana
man.
just-
He didn't ask for this.
Iolana smirks, and I'm going to write this in the chat. She writes down,
What did he eat? I bet he ate the extra rations. That'll do it.
You're welcome.
I love how she has bad spelling.
Leilani tried to teach her to read.
Tried.
He didn't focus on spelling.
Yeah, there's only so much you can do.
With Iolana.
Yeah.
He gives Iolana a very angry look, and he's just like, "The hell?" Very quietly, though.
No, I think the hell even out loud would still work. Just like, "Brrr. The hell. Brrr."
What is that? Oh, what's that just came out of my body?
It's just like a Jill tick. It's like, oh God.
God,
Oh.
Hunter.
Oh.
In which Finn does his Puku-Muku impression.
You did a good impression. Oh my God. Oh, Finn.
Leilani just quietly says, "I'm very sorry for Iolana."
I'm
Finn
not.
wipes at his mouth, sighs heavily, and he goes, "It's fine. She got them to go away, I guess. Did it have to be like that, though?"
Knowing her, yes.
Jesus. Couldn't have been someone who knows what they're doing. It had to be you people.
Hey,
We
we
get
stopped
that a
an entire.
lot.
I mean, we stopped an entire attack on Gateon Port, so
Oh, that was you guys?
yeah.
Arcus is really mad about that.
Yeah, we can see why.
Out of character, is that the main big bad or?
Yes.
Okay.
That was
Yep.
that's the head
They're-
of the
That's the guy on
That
the
was the
Zeb
one that-
Striker. The one
Yeah.
that Aaron broke his foot.
I just
Yes.
couldn't remember the name of the guy.
and then got splurted with a giant thing of water gun.
And he's just like, you know what? Fuck it.
And he's like, I've had enough of this shit, I'm out of here. And he flies off on his Zebstrika.
I'm not standard for combat. Fuck you.
I
I'm
haven't
purposely not-
decided yet. I'm not gonna deal with this.
I'm purposely not studded. You can't kill me.
Yep. I'm
Yeah,
not
only
standard
when he's
for this
static can I
exact
kill him.
reason. No, you may
Yeah.
not kill the reoccurring villain the first time you meet him.
Why can't I kill him? Because he doesn't have any health points. Damn. That would do it.
That would do it. But yeah, Finn is grinning and he's like, yeah, I was glad to hear about that. Kinda wish I was there though. Would have been
No, you don't.
a chance to escape.
It also would have a chance to get a bullet in the head.
Or a knife to the throat.
Guess you're right.
Or die in poison water.
Poisoned, burned. Yeah, no, we did a lot of things that.
Yeah, that was
Either way, though, we're going to help now.
All right. Yeah, I suppose the best way would be distraction, splitting them up, because they're built for. Well, I say built. We've been trained for. Working together as a unit. Get us split apart, we're goners.
Alright. Then I think that Quinn's plan might be best. But Quinn could have you brought up that plan in the game?
Yes.
all
Okay,
that
just-
planning was in character.
Yes.
Just making sure. I think Quinn's plan might be best, but not with Gary. That would take too long. Instead, couldn't you
I'm on it.
befriend?
And he's gonna go to the ocean.
All right.
It takes you a little while to get to the ocean, but you do get there.
Hi, Alana. You stay there. Keep an eye on things for a while. Leave Finn alone.
Finn goes, thank you.
He's probably had quite enough of you.
Honestly.
And no, that's about it. And when we're finished with that, you can come back and you can wait out to keep the people on the ocean occupied.
Yeah, I better get back to.
You do that. And give Iolana her communicator back, please.
Oh, right. I'll be ready for whatever comes.
All right. Thank you.
He gives the communicator back, stands up, and returns to his quote-unquote buddies. And he goes,
Sorry.
man, you guys, do not eat the fish. Don't eat the fucking fish.
He's got like a little vomit on his chest plate.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, Iolana's just
It's not a very
wipe.
chest plate. It's just his chest.
Oh yeah, on his chest.
Iolana's just wiping her hand off on the sand.
Okay, Bucky. What do I
Yes.
find?
Mostly Magikarp.
God damn it. I Unless I can evolve this Magikarp right here, right now, I'm not taking Magikarp. Unless I can get them all at once.
Wait,
The
Bucky,
Magikarp
know.
that
See what
form
you
into a
do.
Gyarados wishy-washy style.
Bucky,
I was just
Andrea,
thinking all of them just fly out of the water and like bounce on them.
I was gonna ask if they all know bounce.
Yeah,
Jerry!
but I am looking for something, anything big, intimidating, powerful, something
Like a zombie Gyarados.
Despite the wishy-washy.
like a zombie Gyarados.
Or a wishy-washy.
Or wishy-washy. Or a Pyukumuku! An army of Pyukumuku. Oh no, wait, we're not in Alola.
I mean,
And also, why would he want that?
Because
Bleh.
it's
I-
awesome. I think Jury
Bleh.
even did it at one point.
I will do it at one point as soon as I can play Moon again.
Okay. Well, what do you do when you see all the Magikarp around? They kind of start gathering up, like kind of close to the beach, staring up at you expectantly.
Magic card.
Do I
Card.
anything except? Is there anything here except Magikarp? No? Yeah?
Do you ask
no?
the Magikarp that?
No, I'm just looking around.
You could ask the Magikarp and then they'd be, why? Aren't we good enough?
Why aren't we good enough for you?
Bounce.
God
You
now
see
you're making
some-
me. Now you're making me sad.
That's
you see
what I
some
do.
Goldie, Horsey, a
It's my
Staryu here and there. Like not in the water, but near the water, you see a barnacle or two, maybe three. Or binacle, excuse me.
Hamilton?
Okay.
And after a couple minutes of the Magikarp gathering, there's a
Magikarp
huge
the
splash.
Gathering!
God damn it!
That's what I come back in on.
Magikarp the Gathering. I'd play it.
We know you would.
That's a cross between Magic the Gathering and Pokemon. Fuck yeah, I'd play it.
You know,
They already have that. It's called the Pokemon trading card game.
Oh my god.
No, I've played both. They are significantly different.
no.
Hi,
You
Andrea.
hear a massive splash, and you see like the spiny back of a Gyarados kind of move over the water, but you don't quite see its head yet. Like it's
Okay.
just
Bucky,
kind of.
if nothing had shown up, I would have been befriended the Magikarp. Okay, I was just asking.
I know. I was kind of like, I mean, you couldn't have known this, but I have this mental image of like Quinn trying to mess with the Magikarp and just trying to befriend them, and then the Gyarados bursts up like, "Who goes there?" But
Is that
anyways,
big guy?
and like, but since like the Magikarp are getting riled up a little bit by being like, "Oh my goodness, a person, carp, the Gyarados is like, "What's going on?" and
I
is
have
stirring
PM'd
a
by the
bit.
way.
What was that?
Yeah, Andrea dropped.
Oh, bugger. Oh, I was saying to Bucky that I've PM'd him.
Oh, sorry. I unheard. Aw.
Well, they are now, Dally.
Yes!
Aw. It sounds like Andrea can't stay on the rest of the night.
No.
Damn it.
So how about we
Call it there?
take this opportunity to call it and get back to this?
Well,
Yeah,
maybe.
that's 2 players down.
And we have been going over 3 hours.
Yeah, we have.
Did you want to reach a convenient stopping point first, Bucky?
Yeah, I was kind of hoping we could finish the planning stage so we can enter the, actual execution.
Yeah, but other planning can take place off screen.
Okay, that's fair. All right, so yeah.
I mean,
so
I
there-
think the planning basically done is just gathering the resources to do so
Yeah.
and then doing so.
You're right. Okay, so yeah, you see Gyarados, and you'll be able to tame her once we are back next week.
Is it Mary?
Yes, it is Mary.
Mary.
That's what I PM'd Bucky.
Oh, Mary and okay, yeah. Okay,
Gary's
Mary,
mom.
wife of Gary, mother
Yeah.
of Jerry.
yeah.
And all these Magikarp are Jerry's siblings: Larry, Barry.
Sorry.
Carrie.
Clary.
Good.
Bob.
And Bob, yeah.
Hi, I'm Tammy.
Bucky, I have
Yes.
a question.
Yes.
What is Mary's level?
I'll tell you when we get there.
Okay, okay then.
Just this entire sort of Gyarados Magikarp family that is just kind of slowly spanning the wasteland. I love it.
And someday Gary will join them again.
Jerry.
Jerry.
Jerry, son of a bitch.
Spanning the wasted waters.
I was thinking, not the next time you visit Gateon Port, but the time after. Jerry will be there,
Good.
Yes.
guarding the town with his father Gary.
Well, his mother Mary is off being a superhero in other parts of the water.
Yep. And
All right.
with all of that, I want to say thank you all for playing with me. Thank you, Dally, for streaming, and thank you, Bucky, for DMing. I think I got that backwards.
Yeah, that was a really good session. Thank you everyone for joining us. Take care and good night.